Look around, leaves are brown, and the sky is a hazy shade of winter. A hazy shade of winter. Look around, leaves are brown, and the sky is a hazy shade of winter. A hazy shade of winter. And the sky is a hazy shade of winter.
Who wants to do the recap?
I can do it.
All right.
All right. So we arrived at the library, which is like this large, very big building that seems to have it's basically in disrepair. There are like these turrets that are kind of like broken down. A few of the pillars have kind of like it's basically disintegrated. There's books everywhere, like on the floors and like some on the shelves, but like most of them are on the floor. Uh, and we also see like this large like golden statue of a wizard, but it's basically also in disrepair. As you see, like there are two hands, one of them is holding like a broken wand and the other one is basically broken off at the wrist, with that's also like holding a hand as well. We kind of talk about at first off, like Ilkin and Big Smile kind of like have this conversation about like they're trying to avoid confrontation with Sapphira, V, and Villain. They're kind of like acting a little. They've been acting a little bit on edge in the past couple of sessions, so we're trying to kind of like avoid confrontation and just like we're all trying to investigate this place. Let's just like stay cool, and we decide to kind of split up for the moment in order to scan this library. So V, Quintus, and Sapphira, they all go into one section of this library. They're kind of split up with these like portals that kind of go into different sections of the library. And we find like a few, we're basically trying to find information on the spindle, stuff about Mythalar, stuff about the Faerun, as well as like any other information that we can find on Larthus. And it turns out there's like quite a bit of information about Larthus. Illikin, so another of the groups is Illikin, Valin, and who else was with?
Shield
That was
Guardian.
it. The Shield Guardian.
Oh, the Shield Guardian, yes. And they end up finding a book, like a journal with like a skeleton hand on it. That seems to mention like kind of the outcome, like the aftermath of the city of Yithrin falling down, as well as like this creature basically coming towards whoever is writing this journal. And it turns out this creature, which Gabar and Big Smile seem to see, is like one of these large library golems, except it has like this book inside of its chest that is chained up, like kind of locked off by this grate, and B, like the spiked back with like corpses on it. And it's kind of scanning the library. They end up hiding for a little bit, but they're like, that's something that we gotta avoid. Big Smile uses the Hornstyle alarm to kind of gather everybody up like towards this one area. And we basically kind of go forth and just, we're kind of like going around, going to each of these different sections of the library and trying to find as much information about different stuff as we can. V finds this book about defense against the Cognomancer, which is like a book about like magical defense. We find like a few, she ends up finding like some like defensive spells kind of like in that book. Gabar finds a book, gets kind of like written about Larthus, which sounds a lot like propaganda, but mentions stuff about like how he uses this like Mythalar as well as this arcane staff in order to basically kind of like dictate, I guess, the rule of Yithrin. And he also has like this governance called the Ebon Star, which consists of the 8 other high mages of like, all the different schools of magic. We learned about Iwam, who was the first person to essentially create Mythalar. But once the Faerun attacked Yithrin, he basically vanished. And then we also find like a book kind of like of different like primordial spells. Like one of them, the one we ended up finding is of like fire. So there's like a bunch of fire-based spells in it. But we also find another book that has a bunch of earth-based spells in it. And we're basically kind of like trying to find like these different books. There's one section of the library that has like this ball of weave kind of like in the center of it, where if we end up casting like any spells kind of like around it, then the weave kind of gets destructive and it basically creates like a lightning blast that just shocks everybody like in the vicinity. Turns out Illiken had like a little fire spell in order to like light up this library, since everything's like really dark, couldn't really see anything about it. And we end up avoiding like a big like blast of lightning just coming at us. After that, we go around. We're again exploring more of this stuff. More of the library. Some other information that we find: there's a book about the arcane octad, which seems there's the arcane arctad, which is basically like this rites that all of the arcanists of the Ebon Star know. That basically is I guess like a teleportation circle type of thing that helps them, if I remember this correctly. Sorry, I'm just trying to look.
It's the steps to the
through
ritual.
the barrier of Yithrin.
Right. To pass through the barrier.
And during this section, like that we're exploring right now, it's like this. It's kind of like a cosmology type of thing. It has like this big, like display of stars, kind of like along the ceiling, basically. We find 2 figures kind of coming through. One of them being the librarian guy that we helped save like earlier in the Caves of Hunger, and another one being this creature, this jackal-faced humanoid with purple robes, who's coming over to us, and he does not like the fact that we're in his library. He calls himself Scriven Scry. He says this is his library. We don't really know that for sure. We probably just assumed that like he's just some guy who ended up finding this library, and it's just like, this is mine now. And a little bit more kind of behind the scenes thing, he seems to be like a Yugoloth, which is like a creature from one of the lower planes. And he says he's going to finger of death us all if we don't leave immediately, or he can help us, or we can help him find a book. The book, of course, being, or I say of course, but like the book being the Tome of the Stilled Tongue, which is apparently inside of the chest of this big golem that Gabar and Quintus just saw. Gabar and Big Smile. So we decide, well, we still got to find some stuff in this library that we still need. So we might as well find this book. But we also decide, like, this is not really information that we should really let this guy have, because we're still very untrustful of this individual, this Griffin Scry guy. So we're like, let's take care of the golem first, and then if we have the resources available, take this guy out as well. So we go into the portal. V has the idea of basically thinking about trying to find this golem first, to which once we do that, once we all kind of like have at least an approximation of this creature in our minds, we end up finding it. And we ambush it. And it ends up being like this really tough fight where we're fighting off against this large golem that has spirits coming out of its chest, coming out of its back, and slowing us all down. They're draining us of our health. It's just like carnage basically all throughout. But at the end of the day, we end up taking it out. Sapphira cuts the book out of this thing, and we see it is a black tome with a tongue pierced on the cover. And that's where we left off.
That is where we left off. I'm not muted. Okay, cool. So we Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We fade to black. And when we fade from black, we see this close-up of porous, like gray stone. And as the camera slowly pans outward, it reveals a giant, faceless, kneeling stone statue. Right? Only it's not a statue. It's the petrified tomb tapper that you guys have killed previously in front of the abjuration tower. The camera sort of keeps a relatively close up as it pans downwards towards its feet, where there are we can see the street sort of covered in ice, and there is red frozen blood splattered in the snow in different spots. And as we sort of close in on the red and frozen in the snow, we see a gray, segmented insectoid finger that reaches into frame and scoops up a bit of the frozen blood. And we stay focused on the finger as it comes up towards this gruesome, disfigured, sharp-toothed mouth. It puts the blood in its mouth and, salivates and considers the taste. And the camera slowly pans out and it reveals the ice devil. It's on 4 out of its 6 limbs, so it's kind of hunched over. One of its arms is holding this long black metal like pike, and the other is sort of examining the blood on the tip of its finger. It whispers, "I can taste you." And then the devil quickly, like General Grievous, skitters away on its 6 limbs into a ruins nearby. And it like climbs up the side of a building like a big giant insect and disappears into the shadows. We get a cut and we can see inside of a building, a ruined building, this ice devil stands on its hind legs, and with its spear, it draws a circle on the ground. And with each motion, a blue, wispy sort of line appears, creating a summoning circle. And with a flash of blue flames, 3 small, icy, flying devils covered in spikes appear, each of which holding a pitchfork. I'll show you guys a handout. QRS. There you go. Each one of these 3 devils appear. The ice devils whispers, "Bind them." And wordlessly, the 3 smaller devils crawl up onto the walls and fly out into from cracks in the building into the city. And the camera sort of pans out as we watch them disappear behind, flying through the city, disappearing behind buildings nearby. And the camera widens completely to reveal the entirety of Yithrin. And then we cut to black. And we fade back up on an overhead shot of this black leather tome with almost fresh-looking humanoid tongue pinned with several like pin needles into the cover of this book. And we get that slowly rotating camera shot as we get the tops of each of your characters' heads as you look over this book. That's where we begin.
Big smile with a snot rocket of just pure blood trying to like breathe through his clearly broken and battered nose right now. Says, not even I'm touching that thing.
Yeah, so are we bringing this to Scriven Scry?
So
I, for one, think having free run of this place now that this golem is done for and Scriven Scry out of the picture would very much benefit us. But knowing what it is probably wouldn't hurt.
Told us not to read it. But I also don't trust somebody
Oh,
like that having it.
I'm not gonna fucking read it. I'm just gonna find out what it is.
Yeah, he did say we couldn't open any books. Didn't say we couldn't identify any.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
If you're
Oh.
willing to touch that thing, be my guest.
I don't like it, but it's good to know what we're dealing with here, right?
Do we have the power to remove curses today? I don't think so, right?
I can do one. Just one.
A remove curse.
Yeah.
9th level now.
Yep. One third level spell left.
Let me look at.
thinking about how we use remove curse to cure that like hunger thing, I'll lean over to Gavar semi-quietly say, do you think
I don't have it.
those remove curses, should we be using that maybe on some of the party that's losing their hair and not feeling so hot?
Well, the people that would need to be curing would be the people that are cursed. So if you convince Valen to do that to herself, it'd be a good start.
She doesn't have it prepared for the day. She will let you know.
Has she still been letting me copy out of it these past weeks? I was like a day away from having it when we got in here.
We can say that you did,
Okay.
but I think there is a sort of fuck no, absolutely not going on. But I'll allow this spell to have been copied.
Okay.
In order to not fuck you in that scenario.
I mean, I could also just tell her to fuck off because she's not getting Dispel Magic or whatever spell I was giving her then.
A
we were
even
trading.
trade?
Yeah, it was an even
okay.
trade. That's how we got it.
In that case, yes.
Yeah, if that's I mean, I'll just be like, whatever curse I can probably lift tomorrow. I just have to. I haven't cast this spell before, so I kind of have to just do a little more studying. That way I don't fuck it up.
Well, I guess we have Sapphira if it gets bad right now, and we can't wait till tomorrow. I mean, we have that blessing from Celestial right now, and might as well do it while you have that.
It's honestly getting a little late in the day, too. You guys have spent like 3 hours or 4 hours here almost.
Yeah, I found fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't. Yeah, just give me like 10 minutes or so. Go read some books. I'm gonna actually like kind of pull Big Smile down toward my level and be like, where I was standing when we ambushed this thing, there was a spell book. I need you to go grab that for me before Valen gets to it.
All right.
What does a spellbook look like?
I'll describe it to him. Whatever the spell book you said that I saw that I didn't act on in the beginning.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Why don't you make an investigation check with advantage, Big Smile?
Sure.
Don't fuck me, Big Smile. Yes.
Oh, not 20.
All right.
Nice.
Hold
Zero
my
modifier.
my whole roll 20 just took a shit, so I have to like do that over again. Come on, dude. All over again.
Also, as like you pull Big Smile down to your level, he's like pretty actively dripping blood all over you. Not like 12 hit points.
I can't help you on that front, but I can cast Prestidigitation to get the blood off you a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, just clean up the old
Clean
man.
yourself up.
And, yeah.
Why don't you roll a d6 for me?
The net 20 of a 1d6.
All right. So you find 2 spell books.
Oh shit.
There, ironically, one of them was at Gabar's level, and then another one was like 3 shelves up that he couldn't see.
Makes
The
sense.
first spell book is partially, well, you do find one that has like 1, 2, 3, 4 good spells in it. But the one that you notice that's like higher up is more ruined and fucked up, and there's only like 2 spells that you can glean out of it. But I will say, Big Smile, with your not very good at magic, these still look like pretty powerful books. You're used to seeing real simple scribbles on Gabar's sort of spell book. These are like intricate as fuck.
I'll stuff them in the bag of holding for now.
Sure. Okay. All right. What are we? Valin will just be like, and what about this book?
I'm going to cast Identify on it, and after I do that, then I will relay to everyone what the arcane properties of this book are.
Okay. So you want to sit down for 10 minutes and touch this book?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the touching last. I'm gonna prepare it by doing the arcane sigils around. And then at the last moment, I'll touch the pearl to the book.
Awesome. Make a
I'll be
wisdom
on
saving
the
throw.
other side of the room.
Oh, wisdom saving throw.
Yes, please.
Is this a magical
It is.
effect? All right,
It
cool.
is.
So I have advantage,
And you have bless.
and I'm blessed. I forgot to put that on. So 25 total. Excuse me, no, sorry, I did have blessed down, so don't take. Yeah, so 23.
3.
No, that was
Okay.
that was blessed. The aura.
Bless. Yeah. So here's the deal. You do the whole 9 and you touch the pearl, and this is 10 minutes. So I mean, I guess during that 10 minutes, is there anything else anybody would like to be doing?
I'm looking at books because that's what they told me.
Okay, make an investigation check.
She has no idea what. I mean, she has an idea of what to look for, but she's not entirely sure what that starts with. 1.
Okay. There's so many goddamn books. You find them, Sapphira. They're everywhere.
There's a lot of books here.
Yes, there is. Okay. Anything else anybody else would like to be doing?
Try and look for any indication as to why this thing started collecting cadavers.
I see what you did there. Make a fellow DM, I see. Make a investigation check, I guess. Or Arcana. I'm glad you rolled Arcana. I kind of wanted Arcana, actually. So, you look over the sort of shambled corpse of this thing. Corpse is a loose term. It's a robot. But you look over this creature, and you can see that mechanically, it should be fine. Nothing seems to be wrong with the mechanics of this arcane creature. You have a feeling that whatever power was in this book has just over the course of 2,000 years seeped out into this golem in an unforeseen manner. And it has turned it into this sort of undead adjacent thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have the language for it, but the hardware is fine. The software got a virus.
Yeah, it seems that way, yeah. I will note that I think you realize that all these spirits and stuff like that were pulled back into the book when it was ended. The combat was ended. So it was acting sort of like a focus, right? This creature was like a sort of focus for if this book was a spellcaster. Okay. Anything else anybody would be doing in the 10 minutes that it's going to take Gabar to identify whatever the hell this book is?
We're sitting around for 10. It'd be good if we could sit around for an hour, but I don't know if we have that much time.
Gabar, you complete your ritual for the most part, and you touch the pearl to the book, and you feel like a slight shock, right? Like a static shock. And you get feeling that washes over you like, this is a good book. I love this book. This is an amazing book. But you shake your head and realize that this book just tried to charm you. But here's the worst thing. You touch the pearl to the book, and you're used to getting flooded with imagery and information about this item, right?
Mhm.
You get a tiny little handful of information, and the rest of it is masked by like black fog and smoke. You get the title of this tome, which is called The Tome of the Stilled Tongue. You also know it is a legendary item. But what it is, how it's used, and everything contained within is hidden from you. Like unable to be seen. As if these are secrets that one does not wish others to find out. And as you like are trying to study it in your mind, you just hear like whispers in the back of your mind. Can you make a perception or an arcana? Something where you're like, I'm reading this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would much prefer Arcana to Perception.
I'm gonna allow it.
Can I
Okay.
inspire him for this role?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I'll roll Perception if that's what you want.
No, I don't
okay.
mind Arcana. I think it's gonna be fun.
All right. I'm gonna use that 6.
Yeah, I prefer if you did.
D8.
9.
It's a
D8.
D8.
Oh,
I'll let the whole reroll. Yeah, do a whole reroll for that D8.
5.
Nice.
So 21 total.
Okay. So you do get one little fleck of a thing, right? As you hear whispers in the back of your mind, right? A name is being spoken over and over and over again. A name of a being who mustn't be spoken aloud. Some say the Keeper. Others say the Whispered One. But one name sticks out. Vecna.
Damn it.
Oh, damn.
Okay. I'm assuming Gabar knows of Vecna. I would hope. You want me to make a history check?
Well, let's talk it out. What do you guys think? I think he's called the Whispered One and the Secret Keeper. So I think you need to roll.
Okay.
Cool.
It's not advantage. It shows
my
only a 26.
balls. Okay. You have heard not the name Vecna. Okay.
But
'cause
the
it's
other
like
two,
Voldemort. Yeah, this is like something you don't say out loud. But you have heard of the Whispered One, the Keeper of Secrets.
Mhm.
It's an ancient god. Who is a dead god.
Okay. Anyone watching Gabar at this moment can just see his face go flush for a second. And I'm just gonna stare at it for like a solid like minute before trying to peg where Valen is in the room.
She's like hovering over you.
Damn it. Okay. All right.
Well, what is it?
This is the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to, first words come to mind are bad, evil, don't touch it, bad.
I mean, I could have told you that by looking at it.
Worse than that. This I'm unsure of what to do with this. We can't keep it, and I can't find myself agreeing with Sapphira for once that we can't give this to Scrivenscry either.
Open it.
What's so bad about it?
And certainly nobody fucking touched this book. It tried to charm me the second I touched it to identify it. And just looking at it, and whatever magic surround this has obscured its magical properties from my spellcasting ability. I can't tell you what the fuck it does, but it's extremely powerful and extremely fucking dangerous.
We should destroy it then, right?
Touch it anyway.
I don't think you can't destroy this. This book is the single. This probably rivals the magics of the Mythallar.
Whoa.
And they just had it fucking wandering around the library.
Maybe it wasn't wondering.
True.
Well, is there any way we can dispose of it at the very least?
If only we had a big golem we could put it in to protect the book.
Oh, fuck. Tower of Abjuration.
I was just thinking the Abjuration Tower. Do we think that would work on this thing?
Oh, man. That is high risk, high reward.
Oh, fuck. I don't. This is beyond the magics of mortals. I don't care how powerful of an arcanist came up with some forge that can destroy magic items. I don't know if it's possible to destroy this thing with that.
Wow.
But we can try.
I'm afraid of what the book's gonna do to us if we fail.
Probably kill us.
Maybe we could have a summoned creature do it.
What creature can we summon for that?
I don't know. I don't know what to do right now.
What about banishing it?
I couldn't do it right now. I can't. I'm pretty tapped on my high magics, but I don't know if I could. It's a book, not usually that works for creatures.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, we'd need a plane shift to get rid of it, I think, that way.
So we just risked our lives getting this thing, and now you want to destroy it? We knew it was a bad book to begin with.
We didn't know how bad until now, I'd say. It's bad.
So
It's really
what do we
bad.
do about the monster trying to kill us?
Yeah, if you can't banish anything, that was our easiest way of dealing with Scriv and Scry. Although it'd probably just show up again if you can Finger of Death.
Well, I if we took a short rest, excuse me, I could get a banish spell back. But I don't know how much time we have to burn. I don't know what to do with this thing.
Did he say when he wanted it?
I assume promptly.
It's kind of our contingency to keep looking around the library, I suppose. If we just left the library, they won't come after us, but can't believe one little book can be so powerful.
Bolin will say, it also mentioned a forbidden section. If this book was inside of a golem, I cannot imagine what would be in a forbidden section.
True.
I don't know what our best play here is.
We could just try sticking it in the bag of holding. But I mean, doing anything with this book just sounds like a bad idea.
Look at the last magical item it interacted with.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Big Smile will be trying to stab us onto his back.
Our best bets might be, well, the way I see it, here are our options. Give it to Scriv and Scry, try and put it back in the forbidden section, or take it to the Tower of Abjuration.
If we do anything outside of giving it to Scriv and Scry, we're gonna have to be ready to deal with him when the time comes.
Which will be sooner rather than later. Big Smile just looks like he got dragged behind a horse for a couple miles. You're spent on spell slots. Getting this thing to the lower planes, just away from here, might not be the worst idea. Should definitely consider it.
As much as I hate it, I mean, the best option I'd say is probably giving it to Scriv and Scry, because I think trying to destroy it in the Abjuration Tower will only backfire. But that still just sounds like a bad idea.
Can you roll your little dice at Gabar and see if we can destroy it in the Abjuration Tower?
Yes. I can certainly ask whoever's listening. Just give me 10 more minutes, I suppose.
Okay.
And I'll need to spend 10 minutes drawing more arcane sigils on the ground to roll some die.
All right. You can begin doing that. I need to pull up some distant notes. Is there anything anyone else would like to be doing in this?
I think Big Smile's got to find a place to get on his knees and just meditate for a bit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast. We'll use Quicken Heal twice. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be any help to anyone.
Were the corpses on the backs of this monster still intact when it died?
Some of them. Yeah, some of them for sure,
It-
for sure.
It may be worthwhile to maybe get some information from these people. They were alive when the city fell. They could tell us about, well, a lot of things.
Definitely think it's worth it. Also think we manage resources before we come to a decision about Scriven Scry.
Agreed.
Well, yeah, in the middle of this, yeah, Illiken will heal himself up a little bit.
Oh yeah, homeboy can pass out some of those. Sonar. Sorry, I'm trying to find my fucking notes.
Brendan, how much is the martial arts die again? Is it D6?
It's your punch and die. So yeah, at this level it's a D6, I think.
Oh no.
Okay, who needs healing?
Big Smile.
Big smile.
Big
for
smile.
sure.
All right, take a second level.
Helpful, thank you.
10.
Is he still looking bad?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll throw him.
Mhm.
Well, no wait. Sonar has a bunch of first levels.
Okay, then some.
He can give out 8 any good?
Yeah, if no one else needs it, I will definitely take that. I'm
I
still
think
under half.
you're really the only one that took damage on that. fight.
Oh, then lay it on me. Who's in my corner here?
All right. I think after some point, like Sapphira watching Big Smile just kind of like, try and fail, try and like heal himself up, and he still looks pretty banged up. Sapphira just kind of like, okay, goes over to him, kind of standing at a distance, puts the hand out, put 15 HP of lay on hands into you.
Yeah. All right, I'm back up over half.
I found my notes, but then it was like, no. Just kind of. It's like not loading my PDF. Come on, you stupid freaking thing. Like, don't you want to see the Tower of Divination?
You?
Tower of Abjuration. This one. Okay, I got it.
How late is it getting now?
It's like
4.
3 or 4 in the afternoon.
I really hope we don't have to fight that fucking ice devil today.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you my ruling on the. Let me do one more thing. I just want to check on my bases. This will answer my question right now. Okay. I have my ruling. Can it be destroyed at the anvil of disjunction? You roll your dice, right? And you get like 2 wheels in a woe.
Two out of three ain't bad.
Can be destroyed where again?
At the anvil,
Okay.
with the magic item destroying anvil.
It's possible. Do we want to try it?
Are you sure that doesn't mean yes, we can, but we'll all end up dying?
Well, I certainly would have phrased the question in a way that would ask if it can be destroyed with negative effects to us.
And it turns to 3 woes.
No.
For all.
The answer remains the same.
It's possible, but there's a chance that if we try it and we fail, that bad shit's gonna happen. I don't know.
Well, which of all the bad shit that's gonna happen to us is the worst shit? Do we gotta fight this Scriven Scry dude? Do we risk just giving a book to him? Not having access to the library?
Do we even think sneaking out is an option? This Scriven Scry said that he would know what we're doing.
He wanted us out of the library anyway, so
Maybe it's possible. If so, I would say that's the best
But
course of action.
getting out with the book is going to be a different story. Yeah.
That too, transporting the book. How can we do it safely? Put it in a sack somehow? With
Just
your
like-
magical hand? I don't know.
Just like mage handed a few like feet
Yeah,
behind
that's-
us. Just drag it up.
What's the plan, guys?
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. I don't know.
I say if we can destroy it, we should.
All right. Do you want to try and sneak it out of here to the abjuration tower then?
We gotta take a rest if we're gonna get jumped by Scriven Scry.
Yeah, Valen will add that, like, this is very stupid to try to leave with the book that the thing said that he wants to finger of death us just to get out of the library to not read regular ass books, and we're gonna take the book that he wanted.
Do we really want to create? These are 2 huge problems that we could just nix right now.
Just
What
give
do you
it,
mean?
give it
Oh,
to
just-
Scriven Scry.
And it's not our problem anymore.
All right, fuck it.
It might be a problem.
Yeah, but not right now's problem. That's future Snowdrift's problem.
We keep thinking about the now, but we can't. But we're not thinking about the then.
Wow.
Berlin will say, if this thing wishes to leave with this book, it will not harm us any further. What is this book? What does this creature even want with us? It has what it wants. We give it the book, it'll leave.
If the book is as powerful as you say, I don't know what he wants to do with it.
It's been in
And if this thing
Netherese
is a
library
fiend,
for
who knows
2,000
what it-
years. I mean, the Netherese seem to be fine with it handling it. They knew better. And the Netherese are not known for knowing better. I mean, for all we know, this creature, this Scriven Scry, is going to take this book and put it in a different library and never touch it again.
Let's just give
Or
it
We're
to
talking
him.
more
about a
powerful
creature
devil
who's-
kills him for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think send it to the lower planes, hope it makes it to Mephistopheles' vault, and we're good.
I don't really know what that means, but if that means give it to Scriven Scry, then I think I'm on board.
Not really in the realm of hoping.
We
I
just
mean, it's very likely somebody dies fighting Scriven Scry. It's likely somebody dies trying to destroy this book.
I must say, Valin has a point.
yeah, I don't know
I
if we can fight a Ice Devil and Scriven Scry and Avarice and everything else out there. I think we just got to give it to him.
How hard did your head get hit in that fight?
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Very unlike you. All right, fine. Let's give it to Scriven Scry. I'm honestly, of all the options, Quintus is right. Doing anything otherwise probably leads to one of our demise.
Ooh, all
I
the
know-
case so quickly.
I know what we should do, but we can't afford to do it. Having a conscience is fucking expensive.
Take inspiration.
It is one evil or another for us, and there are heavy things to weigh, but I think our central mission is more important than this.
My oath tells me I should stop any influence like this dead in its tracks. I can't allow this to happen. I shouldn't allow this to happen. And for what? Just so I can live another day?
Not just that, Sapphira. If we die now, we won't be able to take care of this threat to all of the Forgotten Realms.
So much work for 10 towns fire. Can't go all throwing it away for a book.
The book is.
Maybe if we could get an hour to rest, we could take Scriven Scry.
Nate, I feel like you're trying to say something, but it did not come through. Oh,
Oh,
poor Nate. Okay, anyways. Mute. Anyways, what do you guys want to do?
This has to be. I think that this has to go to Scriven Scry. I'm with the rest of you on this for now. I hate it. It's wrong, but
yeah. Not the brightest moment by the Snowdrifters, but fuck, what else are we gonna do?
Think of it this way. There's already so much evil in the lower planes. This will be like a drop in the bucket, but here the ripples are much bigger.
All right. Well, do we just leave it on the ground and tell Scrim and Scry where it is, or can we pick this thing up and take it to him without killing ourselves?
No, nobody touched this thing still. Just leave it there. Do you think he'd know if we were to open a book?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
I don't
that to
wanna risk
summon
it.
him?
I mean, we just go back, tell him where to find it. He can navigate this place fine on his own.
yeah.
As long as there's nothing in the contract that said we had to bring him the book, he just said deal with the golem, right?
Oh, he did say bring me the book.
Fuck. All right.
How
you mage
binding are
hand it?
oral contracts?
Can we mage hand it like literally just as we walk back, or
I mean, yeah, that's feasible.
fucking have your little hand
It's
carry?
fine. I'll take the piece of paper and wrap it around my hand, and my mage hand appears where it would be and picks up the book. Does it do that successfully without corrupting my mage hand?
It does, yeah.
Fuck.
Mage hand attacks you.
No, you're good.
Tries to
Everything's
slap
fine.
me. All right.
No, you're good.
Like to imagine at least like my mage hand turns to like a skeletal hand.
Oh,
as it
for
picks it up.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If that's what you want, absolutely.
And I'm just gonna be like, that's not supposed to happen. Let's go. And I'm just
Okay.
gonna like kind of like hold it, like this as we're going through.
Okay.
Two
The
fingers
full
all times.
30 feet ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the real question is where you're just going to try to go back to Scrivenscry?
Planar cosmology and treaties.
That was where he was. I think Nate just got in, so actually we're gonna wait because if Nate gets here, he wants to speak with Ted, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
could
Well,
be
we should let's grab a couple heads if we're gonna leave then.
Sure. Knock
But
those
yeah,
in the
if
bag
he's
of
showing
holding.
up now, he could have done it.
I mean, he's right here. We can do it real quick.
Sure.
Well, like maybe grab a head and
Yeah, you want to do it
deal with
later?
it another time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Mhm. So I guess as you look over the corpses, you will notice that some of them were previously undead and wear golden face masks similar to the library golem. You probably wouldn't want one of those. So you grab one of the...
Any scholarly robed ones?
Yes, actually, yes. You find a very grandiose red-robed, tattered now and covered in blood and whatever. Skeletal head. You can take it with you. Okay, so you guys just want to start walking in the library. Now, you will recall that this place is like weird. You're just gonna
focus on planar cosmology.
okay, all right. So if you do that, and you all sort of keep your head straight and sort of focus on where you want to go, within a couple of minutes, you'll pass through a couple of different sections of the library, but eventually you will make your way to a sort of bluish tinted room with the continual flames. There is a metallic, I described it, orrery on the ceiling, and there's maps and all kinds of stuff on the wall, rubble and teetered over bookshelves and books scattered all over the floor. And you see just leaned up against a wheelbarrow, reading over what appears to be a spell book. Let me double check on that.
Oh, goodbye. Plus you to the 2 spell books I found, by the way.
Yeah, he is reading over a spell book. You will see Scrivenscry and the mummy librarian. As you all approach, Scrivenscry will lower the book and lower his glasses. Well, what do we have here?
Agreement?
Seems the mortals aren't as useless as they seem. Scrivenscry will have his book now. As promised.
I'll just bring it over to like hover it over a table by him and just drop the mage hand.
Cool. He will slyly, walk over to it, examine the cover, down his spectacles. He'll like touch the book, and he doesn't seem to recoil or any sort of magical effect taking place on him. And he will. You have served him well. Very well. You may have free reign over his library.
And directions to the forbidden section, I believe, was part of the agreement.
He has no reason to take you anywhere. You can explore Scrivenscry's library as you wish. He has much more important things to do. And his fingers will tap, tap, tap on the cover of the book.
Did you know what that was before you sent us after it?
Perhaps he did. Perhaps he didn't. Matters not. But Scrivenscry will give you a word of wisdom. One will go further in the journey of existence by focusing upon the ultimate objective rather than upon the intricate details of the immediate course. He sort of taps his head.
It's good advice.
Yes, he shall be leaving now. Goodbye. He's going to start gathering up all of his books and scrolls that he has gathered in this wheelbarrow. And he'll hold them under his arm. And he sort of closes his eyes for a second. And when he opens them, they are like galaxy stars in his eyes. And he will click his tongue, and it makes this ringing sound. And when it does, a fucking tear in reality. It just sucks him into it, and he just disappears.
Peace. Maybe it is good we didn't tussle with that guy then.
All place to ourselves now. Woohoo.
Often disgusted with myself.
Do you know how hard it was to not insult him there at the end? Fuck.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Alright, well, let's focus on restrictedness and find the restricted section though.
Is that what you guys want to do now?
I hope this was all worth it.
Yeah,
Well,
well, we're alive, so we at least got that going for us, Sapphira.
Which is nice.
Great.
To
Joy.
fight another day.
Sometimes I wonder if that's worth it.
It will be if the 10 towns are around to thank us at the end. Alright, come on, let's see what else is in this library then.
All right. So you guys focus on something. That was basically his piece of advice, right?
Yeah,
He was
focus
like,
on what you
you'll
want.
get where you want to go. Yeah, because if you think about it, those of you with a high like investigation or intelligence can note that you could probably just get lost in this fucking library if you're just here to loot the place, right? The key is to know where you're going or focus on where you want to go. That's why when Gabar, he cast his little locate object spell, he almost immediately got to where he wanted to go, right? Because he had a very specific thing in mind. Everybody else was sort of just, oh, I want to think about a vague sort of idea of a book. And you were just getting lost in the library. So it's a sort of magical labyrinth to trap you here.
Let's all focus on restricted section.
Well, there is this room for 1 second that Quintus just wants to look around here.
Absolutely. Why don't you
First-
make? Go ahead.
Yeah, or yeah, first kind of look for Arcana loss also, just to see how bad that was.
Okay. Why don't you make a investigation check? Okay. Sure. So you don't find I don't have this like written down. But I can give you like a vague idea. Does anybody else look around the library? Or this section?
Planar cosmology
And treaties.
and treaties.
And it's planar cosmography.
Cosmography.
Yeah. Anybody?
I don't know.
Any
I'm more
takers?
tempted to look over those books that Big Smile just gave me.
Okay, you can totally do that. Anybody else want to take a look around the library, or you just want to sort of gather your bearings? I know Big Smile's still recovering.
Yeah, I just feel like absolute ass.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'll give Quintus a couple of things. So, Quintus, I will say you get a basic, like you get a book on a couple of different kinds of Yugoloths. As you're flipping through the pages, you do see one that looks like an insect beetle thing, and you're like, holy fuck, I just seen this guy. And you get that these guys are like the mercenaries and the warriors, and they just love to fucking kill shit and
Yeah,
get
like
gold.
the foot soldiers.
Yeah, they're literal murder hobos. Like that's all they want to do is kill shit and make money. So they're like perfect for. They would make a great adventurer. You do get a quote from a Cambion named Zaxarus that says, "An Arcanoloth, loyal to neither side of the blood war, always making a deal with everyone. They are as slippery as a greased basilisk and just as deadly." You basically get the idea that Arcanoloths are, instead of driven by the greed of wealth, they are driven by the greed of knowledge and magical prowess. They are insanely powerful spellcasters. They have up to eighth level spells.
One time, an Arcanoloth tried to steal the Book of Vile Darkness out from under you guys.
So, you do get a couple of other books, but you notice pretty quickly that most of these, the cosmography part of this section is more vast. So there's more maps than there is books. So you get like a book that's called Points of Planar Convergence and Divergence. It investigates the intersect. Oh, this is an Elvish way.
I can't read it then.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. You have in the
Oh,
language.
right, the thing.
This investigates the intersections of various outer planes, detailing the magical nexuses where the boundaries between realms blur and the potential for planar anomalies occur. What's a really cool one that I want? This one's called Concordance of the Concordant Opposition, which you may be vaguely familiar with, Quintus. It's an in-depth analysis of the concordant opposition, or the Outlands. It is a plane that connects all of the outer planes. So it's this sort of weird reality where if you walk long enough, you can go from the 9 hells to Celestia. So it's this sort of weird realm where all manner of beings could exist. It says it bridges opposing alignments and realms. So that's fairly interesting. So yeah, that's about all you get. Lots of planar stuff.
All right, nothing useful that we'll find in the time we're here. This is like, yeah, it would take months.
Yeah.
All right, so Is there actionable stuff we needed to do? Talk to this head.
Gavar, you got 2 spell books. The script in them is written in Draconic. You can tell it's Loros, right? They're like Loros spells, right? So they're like rewritten for a Loros caster. One of the books, the more ruined one, has the 4th level spell Banishment in it, and the 5th level spell Far Step. The other book that you had eyeballed specifically, it has the 4th level spell Confusion, the 4th level spell Resilient Sphere, the 6th level spell Disintegrate, and the 6th level spell Eye Bite.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Awesome.
is there any actionable things, like Quintus said?
Did you want to take a little chit chat to one of those heads you nabbed?
I think I may want to wait until after we find this forbidden section. Maybe we might find something that will be worth asking about. Just
Sure.
in case.
I don't doubt they're going anywhere, so.
Well, they're going with you. All right, you guys want to check out this forbidden section, quote unquote?
Oh yeah.
Alrighty then.
Yes.
You focus your minds. Oh, wait, Chris is saying something.
Forbidden thoughts.
You like blurred out for a second, Chris. He's like going haywire.
Oh.
Hello? Where'd he go?
Hi.
Oh.
Yeah. I can still hear you guys fine. You got me?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is he back?
Sure.
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, now you're good.
there we go.
There he is. Okay, what did you say,
Okay.
buddy? Something about the forbidden section.
Not just that I was gonna think forbidden thoughts.
Okay. We do not do incest here in my game. All right, so we sorry, stupid joke. We focus on the forbidden section, and you guys travel through the library. During your travel, you pass through another silent sanctum, which is a magically silenced area, mostly filled with tables and like it's like a reading chamber. Right? There's books in here, and like it's a lot of rubble. But it seems that every silent sanctum that you've been to is connected to the outside. So like the outside wall, rather. It's like an exterior wall because there's cracks and stuff on the walls that lead like snow and ice into this chamber. You make your way into what you assume to be main archive area. And you will see, oh, not wrong section. This one. Guys, this place is crazy. Okay, you will see that down a short staircase is the shattered remains of an archway. Its portcullis is twisted and broken, and the many, many magical sigils that made up the opening's defenses now lie scattered in rubble. Something immense smashed through here and left the gateway utterly destroyed. Amidst the debris, the remnants of a stone tablet sign emerges. Now broken and barely discernible, it reads in Loros, "Forbidden." The archway leads to a dark chamber that goes underground. So this isn't like a lower level. You are on the bottom floor.
Suppose we and through this smash, like, can we get down Like, can we just like walk right through
Oh
unencumbered? Is it
yeah,
cleared
it's
enough?
like
Okay.
completely open. It's like this
Just
used
go.
to be like a smaller archway that had a portcullis and magical defenses and all kinds of shit that's just destroyed and bursted
no,
out from
okay.
the inside like the Hulk came through here.
Like something the size of a library golem.
You would think. Let me make sure there's no crazy shit on this map. There isn't. Put you guys over to a map. Can everybody just see?
Yep.
Okay, you don't need your tokens or anything. It's just a fun little thing to look at. You enter a vast chamber with a cracked black marble floor. The ceiling is vaulted and fractured, while the walls are composed of floor-to-ceiling marble bookshelves covered in black chains and adamantine bars. Some of the tomes hang ruined from the shelves, dangling from their chains. The ceiling and a portion of the wall has collapsed on one side, filling that area with rubble. In the center, a semicircle of stone shelves surround a stepped depression in the floor where two crumbled stone tables rest. The chamber is pitch dark until you enter, triggering violet flame of like torch sconces that barely illuminate the chamber. You guys are in forbidden section.
You said there was chains over the bookcases?
Oh, there's just like every book is attached to chains. That some of them have adamantine bars that are set into the stone that like create a sort of like a jail of books.
So here's where we'll find the smut. Okay.
There's actually smut. You just guys haven't come across it yet. So I will note, those of you that have like proficiency in Arcana, the walls, which is just floor to ceiling bookshelves. So I guess on the shelves and the floor and the ceiling and everywhere, there is like shitloads of really powerful abjuration. Yes. But you would recognize it as like a forbidden spell.
Well, if the tome book was on one of those golems, then what could possibly be in here?
Well, that book was in here. The golem escaped from this room through the portcullis that we just walked in.
So no touchy then, eh? All these books I imagine.
Well, that was the only one strapped to a golem for safekeeping.
It was probably the worst.
Alright, well, how do we go about getting these books out for you, kid?
Forbiddance is the one that doesn't allow extra planar creatures, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
And so the bars are like in like don't
You
let
wanna
you
check
take
'em
books
out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that there is some sort of arcane lock on most of the adamantine bars, as if you could just cast it and they would open or reveal, you know, and it's like whole sections of books that are barred off. But a lot of them are hanging from chains. Not every book is behind adamantine bars. A lot of them are just hanging from chains. Now some of them have come loose, and you know what I'm saying. It's a fucking
No, they're like
ruin.
pens at the bank. They're not chained in. They're just chained to the wall.
Yes.
Okay.
But some are chained in. I mean, this place is like,
Yeah.
they got this place locked down.
Well, anyone, I can unlock one of these book sections if anyone has a preference on what information we're looking for in here.
And forbiddance is on the room, right? Not just the shelves.
Correct. If you want to check it out, though, you can notice that almost every chain has sigils carved into them, abjurative ones. probably with similar forbiddance magic, as if these books also cannot be teleported out of here.
Ice Devil can't get us here.
Well, the room or the bookshelves.
Everything. They got this place locked down. There's
So V's
forbidden
arm is hanging outside, or
Oh yeah, V's arm is hanging outside.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I'm sorry, V. V can be fine for now.
Okay.
But yes, you got the right idea.
This is your candy shop, kid. Wherever you want to look at. You'll know best.
So let me give you a decent idea, right? There are chained books. There are barred books. The ones that are behind bars, probably better.
Yeah, I want to find just like if there's like a section that's just like a shit ton of spell books, I suppose is what Gabar would be looking for.
So it seems that these are not in any sort of order.
Great.
Yeah. This is sort of a repository. Is that the word for it? Nope. That's like up your ass, isn't it?
That's suppository.
Repository would be like I think that's what you meant.
Where like you just drop shit off.
Yeah, is the DVD bin at Walmart?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to do short of just going around and reading every title.
You certainly can try. Do you guys want to just do the thing where you spend 30 minutes and I'll tell you all what you find?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Surprisingly, some of these books are in common. Some of them are in Celestial. Some of them are in Undercommon. Some of them are in. I mean, this has got every flavor. So why doesn't everybody just spend 30 minutes investigating, and we'll give everybody an investigation check.
Why is there a halfling cookbook here?
Yeah, it's how to cook a
Can I
halfling.
use my good hand to read the books?
Yeah,
Probably
Evie,
wants
you're
that
good.
one.
Like, I care about fun over rules at this moment, so you can just explore the library at your leisure.
If I were to cast Nistel's magic aura on
Ooh,
the
okay.
arm, would that work?
Sure.
Cool. Investigation. Can I use my monocle for this roll?
Sure.
All right, I'll little slurping sound as that attaches to my eye. God, 16, 16. My last two rolls were 16s too.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Big Smile. So Big Smile, as you look around, you're sort of like beaten, tired. And on one of the shelves, wrapped around some chains, that's dangling, you see a book that, like, the light sort of catches in a funny way. It looks shiny. And as you like go to investigate it, it's dripping.
What the fuck?
You like run a finger across it, it's like slimy. And written in this sort of like I just the word goober just comes to mind, like a goober font. It just says glorious ooze on it. Do you want to check it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You sort of open it up and all of the pages are stuck together with this ooze like jam substance, but it's written in common.
All right.
And as you sort of unstick the pages from each other, it's that sinewy sort of
Squelching sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's disgusting. And you like peel it over. You could say you like look over this book for a little while, and it describes the teachings and tenets of some evil entity called the demon prince of slime, Jubilex. And it's talking about how like all will become slime and we worship the slime and the slime is the best, you know, stuff like that.
All hail slime.
Yes, I swear to God, that is literally every page of this book. It's like we love slime, oozy, goozy, gushy nasties. That's the book. You rolled a 7, so that's what you get. After 30 minutes of unsticking pages, you just get weird ooze book. Okay.
Kind of make some good points here.
I was
Everything-
just about to say that. I was like, Big Smile might be a convert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck you, Morning Lord.
Radical slimology.
I'm gonna do Sapphira last. Okay, so I'm glad we had our labs down. Illikin, you find a book that is written in Loros. No, with a natural 20, Illican, you find a book that's written in Common. And it's called Necrolithic Rites. Necrolithic Rites. And this is like a dusty, sort of delicate tome. And it's still in the shelves, so you have to like pull it off. And as you like, oh, it's got like a skull on the cover. As you flip through it, something falls out of the book and lands at your feet. And you will recognize it as like a spell scroll. But within the book, it details resurrection rituals that can capture, bind, and enslave unwilling souls to flesh. Some sort of resurrection magic that can bring back people who don't want to come back.
Okay, yeah. He will I think he'll definitely call Gabar over.
Sure.
And maybe Valen as well. And be like, but you two ought to see this. It's written in Common, so I have a fair understanding of it. Seems to focus on resurrection, but of those who don't wish to be brought back. Rather nefarious tone.
And there's a spell scroll.
And this. I'll bend down and he'll give it to Gabar.
Gabar, make an Arcana check. Eric, make one for Valen as well.
Yeah, 20.
Okay. Gabar, you will recognize this. Let me double check the level of the spell. I think I know what it is. Yeah, okay. You will recognize this as a necromancy spell, but of the highest caliber. A 9th level true resurrection.
Did you say a scroll or
It's a
one
spell
of the
scroll.
things that I found?
No,
Scroll?
it's not like the one. Yeah, it's a scroll. Yeah, it fell out of the book as if someone had tucked it in there while doing research.
That's a legendary ad.
Fuck. I'm I think I'm just gonna actually hand the spell back to Illikin, the spell scroll. And I'm just gonna be like, it's a resurrection spell. Very powerful, but I think probably you should hold on to it.
Perhaps that is best.
Those kind of things I'm not very good at.
I will hold it dear until we could possibly find someone who knows to do right by this spell.
I mean, Elican, you, with the right amount of effort, you could cast this spell.
The druid spell.
You'd have to roll
Consider-
like real goddamn good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why I
It's
said
a
he should
druid-
take it. Can I
it's a
even
druid
cast that?
spell?
Only
Uh-huh.
druids and clerics can cast it.
I guess. I mean, I figured clerics, but damn.
This thing is, and here's the thing: as you like look in the light, you can see that the fucking scrawlings of this arcane sigils on the page are written in diamond dust because they already used the components to create the spell scroll. It's ready to go.
All right, so rewind for a second. Pretend that this was like role played, like Gabar explained, like, dude, I think you can do this, and Illican will be, he'll say something like, "I've never heard of such magic, but I suppose it makes sense. My kind, we can bring others back, but this is something so much more." Well,
I mean, you've already done it.
this does feel much greater, much more whole. I will try to focus on it when we have time. And if the situation arises, perhaps it will be of use, but I dearly hope it will not. And with that, he will hold it up and put it into his little satchel.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna go to Valin now. Valin will pull a tome out. Eric, make a wisdom saving throw. Make it to the public. For Valin, please. Oh, it wasn't to public. It's okay. She got a. Oh, we rolled initiative. I see. Yeah. Okay. So she fails. So you will see Valin pull out a book and begin reading it. Okay. Sapphira, I want you to roll me a luck die. Pick a number, even or odd, and then roll a d6.
D6. I'll say even.
Even. Okay.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. So you don't get a cursed book.
I just realized there's no like detect curse spell.
Sapphira, can you read Celestial?
I can actually.
You can?
Yeah, one of my
Okay.
4 languages.
Perfect. So you find a book that is written in Celestial, but the cover and the pages are fleshy. Not like active fleshy, like dried, like jerky. And written in it is this golden Celestial. And it translates it doesn't have a title, but the sort of first sentence in the book, it says the fall of revelation. And as you study this book for a little while, you will realize that it is bound in the skin of an angel. And it describes an angel named Adathan, who fell from the celestial realm because it tried to use prophecy and divination to sort out which mortals could be killed to prevent evil from occurring. This is what remains of him.
Oh. Which schools of magic again?
No School of Magic. It's just a celestial angel book that talks about how he would use prophecy and divination. Basically, he would like try to see into the future. It's not Total Recall. What is
Minority
it?
Report.
Minority Report. Yeah, it's very Minority Report.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie, so
Yeah, he just like he will. It's a
Pre-crime.
fucking awesome movie. Okay, fucking awesome movie.
Great film.
But
Great film.
fucking amazing. Yeah, Tom Cruise.
okay.
Hey, guys, real
Yes.
quick, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think I gotta go for the night. That thing that
Oh,
came
man.
up earlier, it's a little worse than I thought. So
Okay. All right, buddy.
Hope
All right.
everything's okay,
Well,
dude.
yeah, I hope everything's okay.
That's all right.
yeah, it's just my girlfriend. She's not feeling well, and it's worse than I thought. So
Okay. Okay, buddy.
yeah,
Yeah, no
Do
problem,
your thing,
buddy.
bro.
All right.
Yeah, no
Yep,
problem.
You do whatever you have
All
to
right,
do.
catch you later, buddy.
yeah. See you guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
no problem.
See you
Bye.
later.
Okay. I really want to get to some of the cooler books. So I will tell Gabar before we move forward. Gabar, you find some dope ass shit that's behind bars. I just want to like get that out there. So if you want to like get to the good goods, you gotta bust out some sort of magical.
That's fine. I prepared knock today.
Mhm.
So if I see some Oh.
Sorry, I was gonna before you waste a spell, because I mean, I guess, I wouldn't know, but if I do see him about to cast a spell, can I say something?
Sure.
Well, I was just gonna say, I might be able to ask if there's an easy way to get in these bookcases. If you think that might be worth saving your spell slot.
given that I'm mostly tapped, then yeah. If there's an easier way in, I am willing to do that.
That would just be something that I would have to ask the head for, when that time comes.
What are you asking the head?
If they know how to open these,
No,
if there's
no.
a magic word, or
When are you asking?
oh, I can do it now.
That book is really interesting. So sooner the better.
Yeah, you do see a really cool book. I just want to describe it to you real quick. There's words burned into the spine of a black book that say X the Mystic's Arcane Grimoire.
Ooh,
It sounds pretty
that
sick.
sounds juicy. I
Yeah.
want it.
So you might want to check that one out.
Just yeah, whenever you're ready, just let me know, because I'm ready to read.
Okay, V, do you want to go ahead and do
Sure,
that?
yeah.
Okay. You can pop out the skull. You want to ask it some questions?
I do.
Okay.
So
Go ahead,
I
please.
will cast the Speak with Dead.
You summon its spirit from the other side.
Yeah, takes a little longer to get there than others.
Yeah, he does. The skull sort of
well,
lifts off the
first-
ground and it takes a breath.
I'll say, well, hello, welcome back. As you can see, we're in the restricted section of the library, and we do want to access some of these books. Do you know how we can get in?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion, okay.
19. Roll 19.
Okay.
19?
What's your bonus to that?
Pretty good. It's 5.
Okay. All right. So it will sigh. And it will say, only the librarians can open the shelves.
Undead. I say that to Gabar. The librarians, the ones with the mask, I assume. They can open them. So,
He wasn't in.
unfortunately.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I said that, unfortunately.
Was the librarian still in that room Scriven Scry was?
Yeah, as soon as Scriven Sky left, he just meandered away and picked up a book off the ground and put it on a shelf. Like, he's just, this is his job now.
We could go back for them. If the librarians can open these shelves, we can have free run of this place if we retrieve that one mummy, whatever it was. Bring it
That's
here.
right, that's what he's telling me.
It's one mummy that owes us a favor too. We pried him out of the ice there.
I don't know if they can recognize that, but it's worth a shot.
Well, before we decide on what to do there, I do have 4 more questions while everyone's here.
I'm curious about this Veneranda. It seemed like Arthas shared some sort of power with her, and he does not seem like the type of guy to share power. Although he had the Ebon Star. Those seem like yes men and lapdogs.
With who?
Veneranda.
Yeah, you may have missed that in the beginning, Nate. Before we started recording, we talked about that. I'll just reread it for the record. Magister Veneranda, the great archmage Irilarthus, in a momentous decision, has anointed Magister Veneranda as both successor and apprentice, a youthful prodigy solely credited with the groundbreaking discovery and development of the Magi neurological procedure known as cerebral transubstantiation.
Where was this information found?
Quintus found it on a newsletter.
Okay.
That was last session. I just forgot to mention. We got caught up in other shit.
Gotcha. Okay, and what would you like me to ask about it?
It's like, what was her role in the city?
Okay. Magister Vitaranda. I'm sure you're aware of her. The successor to Irialthus. What was her role here in the city?
Let me think about how he would say this. He'll say something to the effect of, Veneranda, the filthy ass licker. She's... Fuck, what would he say? He basically explains that she is not a arcanist, but she is recognized as a magister. Which is like calling a doctor, right? It's like you have your doctorate in magic, but she was a scientist, and like all the magical netheries are like science. Science is for dummies. We have magic. But she was a magi scientist. She blended science with magic. And Irialarthus really respected that. And he made her his successor. She was
So,
just
old
his
school
apprentice.
artificer.
Yeah, kind of. Not so much an inventor, more like, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say.
Researcher potentially.
Yeah, more like it. Yeah.
Right. She wasn't an arcanist. She was more of a scientist, I guess.
Why? They had magic.
Take
Not
inspiration.
everybody.
I already have inspiration, but
How wizard of you.
Not everybody's got the gift.
Some people have to make do with what they got.
Yeah, I figured if you didn't have the gift, you were stuck in lower Netherrealm.
Fair.
But
Not
she
Magister
was,
Veneranda.
Yeah, she was promoted to Magister.
Yeah, and this fucking
That's
guy
insane.
it makes it seem like he's a magister too, and
He
he's
didn't like
like,
her.
he's pissed off that
He actually worked hard for his position.
and is a arcanist.
All right. Well, I guess the question I want to ask, when the city fell, obviously you all survived. And I would assume Eralthus did as well. What did he do afterwards with the city? What happened to everyone?
I think you will get the psychic reading that his mind is unclear about some of the events that occurred after. Like he may have been gravely wounded or something because he's like expressing to you like he's not entirely sure what happened. But he was alive after the fall. Not for long, though. But he will say, the obelisk. Eriolathus's obelisk was fractured. He tried to fix it. That's all he knows.
He doesn't know what happened, which is strange. I mean, he's a spirit after all. He knows what he knows, but he can't seem to remember what happened after the fall. But he does know that something happened to the obelisk of Erialthus, whatever that is, and he tried to fix it.
I think we saw it from the Crystal Tower.
Yeah, this would be the first time that you've heard like a name drop for a thing like this. It was not mentioned in any previous Erialthus tomes or iconography.
Apparently it was important to him, so maybe that might be a clue.
Wonder what the obelisk. Ask him what the obelisk did. Can you ask him what the obelisk did?
I can. I think that was only my third question. The obelisk you mentioned. What did it do, and why was it important to Erialthus that he fixed it? That he fixed it.
Erialthus found it. Not his creation. He would not tell, but those in his closest circle. But it's figure. It's like a sight to see in the city. You know, he like paraded it around, but nobody really knows what it does.
He doesn't know what it does. It seems this Irolatus was more secretive about his work than I guess a wizard would be. Or maybe that is a wizard thing. I don't know. Is that a wizard thing, Gabar?
Balin
No,
shrugs.
most I know will happily flaunt whatever they create or they know to spite other who they see beneath them. So it is honestly surprising that, well, he clearly was flaunting it, but to not say its purpose, that seems a bit wizardly, yeah.
Unamas.
So he was okay with people knowing it's important to him, but he didn't want them to know why.
Like those closest to him.
That's
I'd imagine
interesting.
Veteranda knew what it did.
Well, one more question, right?
Correct.
Oh, he's an arcanist. He probably fashioned a wand from the Nether Oak.
Maybe ask how we do that.
Right. So, how would we, as Arcanists, go about fashioning a Netherrock wand?
Oh, please.
The Netherroak. A living conduit of the weave. It effortlessly channels arcane energies through its wood. One could craft a focus from even a humble twig.
Well, there's no, seems there's no instruction manual. It's viewer's description for how your wand looks.
Yeah, it's just a stick. Like, just fucking.
break off a branch and you're good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
That's the information we needed. Simpler, sometimes the simplest solution's the easiest.
It's just that powerful. No additives required.
It's good because you do not want to see me trying to carve wood. I'm fucking bad.
The skull will lift up and shudder, and then the spirit will float out of it and disappear into the air.
This was useful. Do we want to try and find that undead fellow, or do you want to try and just use your spell?
I think it's worth finding him, and then we just spend the rest of the night here.
I agree with that. It just being able, I could only unlock one of these bookshelves. If we had him, we could unlock all of them.
By the way, I think I forgot. I definitely forgot. Valin did not shrug earlier. She was not part of this conversation at all. She was reading her book.
Oh.
I totally forgot about that. So yeah, Valin has not been present for this. She's just been reading her book.
Should we go get the librarian then?
Yeah, let's go see what old Goldface is up to. Maybe he can help us out.
You guys want to go get the librarian?
As long as Sonar doesn't get too jealous, and yeah.
Sonar's a little jealous. Smash cut. You go get the librarian with the golden mask. You talk to him in Loros. He's like, dope. I mean, he doesn't say anything, but he follows you. And then smash cut, you're back at the library. Do you point him in the direction where you want him to go, Gabar?
Yes. Question though, did
Yes.
Valen come with us, or was
Fuck
she
no,
still? She was still
absolutely
reading.
not. Yeah,
All right.
100%. The same book too. In fact, she hasn't flipped a fucking page.
Go ahead,
Okay.
leave her like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave her like that a little longer until we have to fix this. But for now, it's like it's kind of nice not having Valen.
Oh, sure. But it's just the luck of the dice, honestly. All right, so you want to point this guy towards X the Mystic's arcane grimoire?
Yes.
Okay. He will put his head down, remove the mask from his face. And as he does, you will see like an empty cavity where a skull should be is just facelessness. There is no bone structure behind this mask. It is just a void. He will take the mask off and face it in front of the bars, and it will click, unlock, and he will take the mask and put it back on his face. So, let's get back to investigating. V, do you want to find a book?
I rolled an 18.
I know. Do you want me to tell you what book you found?
Yeah, absolutely.
You roll an 18, which is pretty good. I'm trying to decide which one to give you.
Roll.
No, you roll. Pick one, even or odd. One's better than the other by like a large margin.
Even or odd? Oh, we'll give you the better one then. No, just
roll for it.
Let's do even for the good one.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
So you find after the most you can get this librarian to unlock whatever shelves you want, right? And you will get him to unlock a shelf and it'll pop open and your arm begins vibrating, right? All of the eyes on your hand, like the palm of your hand, like jerks open, and the eye on the palm of your hand is looking directly at a book. It's almost as if the hand is reaching for it on its own. And covered in chains, you will draw this book from the shelves. And it's as if the book itself is made of pure darkness. It's hard to even wrap your mind around the fact. It's like that color black that's like hard to see, like hard to understand or whatever. It's like that color book. And you pull it towards you. And immediately a yellow eyeball appears on its cover. Like a fucking serpentine, like sick looking eyeball.
Does it like if I do that thing that where like I go side to side, does the eyeball follow me?
Oh fuck yeah.
I guess I have an eye thing now. All right. I'll open it slowly.
Every page is pure black. But the eye appears on every page. You will get a sense that this book calls itself the Void Whisper. And it will allow you to cast Contact Other Plane once a day. As you ask whatever entity behind this book some questions.
That sounds weird.
There's your intelligence saving throw.
But you know before the connection is made that you should probably close the book. Like you get a sense from your hand and from the whole vibe that you're getting that maybe you should not contact other plane right now.
Right. Okay. Close the book.
Okay. Quintus, I've been waiting to tell you about these books because I know you're the one that's going to like them. You find a section. There's 3 books side by side. They are vastly different in like design and in bookness of them. Let me make sure. That one, and that one. Okay. The first 2 that you find are journals. One of them is this sort of yellowed moleskin sort of deal. Pull that off the shelf. It's wrapped in chains, so you have to kind of unbind it from the chains. As you flip through it, you will come to the realization, Quintus, that this is an incomplete journal detailing the theory crafting and research of a mage or an arcanist who wished to create a spell to sever the connection between mortals and the divine, rendering the gods unable to influence the mortal realm. As you get to the back of the journal, you will see a few copies of a nearly complete spell.
Holy shit.
And it tells you the ritual, all the ritual shit that needed, but this is like the spell itself. And it's almost finished. There's another book too. The other book is another journal. This one is filled with mad scrawlings and just hateful words like fuck the Netheries and like magic is bad. Like all, it's just really, it's hard to sort of wrap your head around. It's like the manifesto of a psychopath. This shows the early stages and spell crafting of a spell that means to unravel the entirety of the very fabric of the weave from a single point, like pulling a thread of a sweater. It's meant to cause widespread arcane void as an act of terrorism, but it's just the early stages of theory crafting. Third book is Tome. This book's like a real book. The other 2 were journals. This is a real book. It's called, and this is written in Loros, it's called Codex of Banished Arts. This book details dangerous and prohibited magical practices that have been proven to be too dangerous for practitioners due to their unpredictable and devastating effects, such as time sundering, reality merging, and primordial unleashing. Primordial unleashing being like tapping into raw, chaotic, elemental forces, unleashing devastating storms and earthquake, just cataclysmic shit. It's like a book on nuclear warfare.
What were the kinds of effects it had?
I'm sorry. So there's the Codex of Banished Arts is what you're asking me about?
Yeah.
Okay, time sundering, which is like tearing apart time. Reality merging, which is like, it details like taking multiverses and merging them together.
Like Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms and smush them together?
Smush them together and try to make one world out of it. And the way that it's like talking about it, it's like, we've tried, it's not good. And the other one is Primordial Unleashing, which is just basically like opening up one of the elemental planes just here
A
Here, have
direct
some-
line just to elemental chaos.
Yeah, to elemental chaos. Yeah, very clearly just like a cataclysmic sort of shit. Not like call lightning, like call earth-shattering tsunami.
Yeah, like 12th level storm.
Oh yeah. This is
Kill
yeah,
everyone.
and all of the spells that you've seen, like the one about tearing apart the. This is like we're talking 12th, 13th level magic. That's like you cannot even begin to cast the spell if you wanted to.
Holy
I'm gonna let you.
shit,
I'm gonna
Mistra
let
was
you.
right.
I'm gonna let you stew on that because I can't wait to get to Gabar. So Gabar, you're gonna spend some time. You find a couple of things. You find X the Mystic's Arcane Grimoire. I know you're so excited about this book. You pop it open. It contains very strange star diagrams and maps, stuff that's like of worlds you don't really understand. Most of it is in a very high level spell book. High enough that the very first spell listed in it is the 7th level spell Regenerate. The next spell listed in it is the 8th level Telepathy. The next spell is the 9th level Ravenous Void. And it has several more spells of 10th levels and above.
Now the other spells I recognize by their sigils and stuff. The other ones, they don't have like a title, like this is this spell or anything like that, or is it
I
just
mean,
like they're just like incredibly powerful spells.
Yeah,
that we
like you
can-
can't like magically discern what is this spell.
All right, I'm just gonna look at. Both in game and for my Will's reference, when Mistra limited everything to the 9th level spells, were the records of 10th level spells lost with it, or is it
No.
just like you can't do it anymore?
You can't do it anymore. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's basically just a blank piece of paper to you now. You know, like.
Right. It's effectively.
But I'll say you can. Yeah, it's basically that. But like, I could say that you have a basic arcana understanding, and that comes from your connection to the weave, right? So you can say, oh yeah, I recognize this symbol, and they sort of float off the pages for you. Be like, oh yeah, this is regenerate. Oh yeah, this is telepathy, right? When you get to these 10th level and above spells, they're floating off the page like, oh yeah, I kind of see this as a conjuration spell, but it's as if you're cut off. She's like, nah, psych.
Mortal cannot comprehend.
Cannot read. Yeah.
Just have dyslexia for 10th level spells and higher.
Yep, basically.
Nonetheless, Gabar is certainly taking this book with him.
Okay, you find a couple more things too. I'm just going to list them off for you real quick. It just in this series of shelves that you can get to unlock, you find a book called The Tome of Arcane Mastery. I'm going to say you guys spend an hour in here, so I'm going to give you guys more shit to do. Like everybody can do more stuff. But like you've figured it all out, so I'm going to give you what you get. Tome of Arcane Mastery. If you read it and interpret it and like really follow through with it, you can learn an additional spell of whatever class you want, as long as you have a spell slot for it. But once it's read and like interpreted and like understood, it loses its magic for like 10 years.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be using that thing when I can.
Yep. You also find a book that is very strange. So part of its cover is made of like a weird stitched in flesh. Part of its cover has like a iron like plate on it. Part of its cover has like a piece of stone attached to it. And what's another one? Oh, it's like a hardened clay on another one. You would interpret this which was written in Loros. It's called Manual of Golems. You just check out the cover so far. Would you like to like pop it open?
Yeah, I'll take a look at how to make golems.
Awesome. As you sort of flip through it, remember how we were describing before how like 10th level spells are like just like unable for you to like understand? You start reading this book and it's giving you a fucking headache. And you have a feeling if you continue to read this book, it's gonna blast your fucking brains out. Wait, can you cast 2 5th level spells?
I can cast 1.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna blow your fucking brains out if you continue to read this book.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, as soon as that migraine sets in, I'm gonna realize something's fucking very, very wrong, and I'm going to go ahead and close the book, and just we're gonna tuck that one back where it came from.
It says if you can't cast 2 5th level spells, you take 66 psychic damage.
Yeah,
that's just in the description of the book.
Give it a Blinn.
She probably would keep reading it.
Yeah, she would. So, well, she's currently just enthralled in this one page of this book that she's reading. You also get 3 spell scrolls. These scrolls are fucking weird, Gabar. They are so weird, dude. They aren't like normal spell scrolls. One of them is like a gilded scroll. 2 of them are like gilded scrolls. And the sigils and stuff on them aren't like a normal spell. In fact, this appears more like a magic item than a spell scroll. But they are scrolls. And I'll get, if you spend some time with them, you can understand what they are, and I'll just go ahead and say. Yeah. One of them, hold up. Oh, that's not it. Aha. Okay, one of them, yeah, is this like gilded spell scroll. You find 2 of these.
Oh shit.
Very Netherese stuff.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the scroll might survive too. If it fails.
The other thing that you find is a red. Oh, go ahead. Please ask.
I was just gonna ask. So with the scroll of fleeting attunement,
yes.
Does the like so say something like what's the one thing that somebody has that lets them like not be shit, I think Sapphira has it. What's the word I'm looking for? Like advantage on initiative?
On stealth. Oh, an initiative.
Or, what, the wand of warning, sorry.
Uh-huh.
So 2 people can attune to the wand of warning and both get the effects, even though only Sapphira has it.
So I think the only issue is that if the item says while you are holding, or if it is on your person. Right?
Yeah, while the wand is on your person. Yeah.
Right. So, but you can share the item back and forth between each other.
And there were 2 of these scrolls?
Yes. And it only lasts an hour.
Damn, I don't even know if any magic items we have would even be able to benefit from that then.
Honestly, it's just a super Netherese thing. Like, they would just be like,
yeah,
let's trade magic items back and forth. I'm already attuned to like so much shit right now.
Yeah, for sure.
The other one you find is not so golden and nice. In fact, it's like wrapped around a set of bones and made of this like deep red. like sinewy paper. It's this.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
That is dangerous. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it is not the forbidden section for no reason. That is the cool shit that you find. So, but that's not everything. So, has everyone found something so far? Have I given everyone a book? Yes. Okay. So, other than Quintus and obviously Valin and Gabar, if the rest of you would like to peer around the library some more, you can make investigation checks because this has turned into an hour-long thing because I gave Gabar and Quintus like a shitload of shit.
If we are here for an hour, can Big Smile put a book over his eyes and go
Sure.
to sleep for an hour?
Yeah, it's a cursed book and it makes you blind.
He's
No,
But
I'm not
only while
joking.
it's over your eyes.
I'm not fucking joking. No, I'm not fucking joking. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
That's what you want when you're trying to nap, though.
Okay, you succeed.
22.
A book with a blank cover and a spine. You're like, oh, this is perfect. If you open the book, it is filled with endless sketches and scrawling of a madman. Darkness begins to cloud the eyes of the reader. Make a wisdom saving throw or be cursed with blindness.
Perfect.
But you beat the save.
That's the thing.
So you just get a really good nap. All right. So, let's get some investigation checks then. And yeah, you can get a short rest if you want. Big Smile.
This investigation check is just the people who didn't do
Correct.
things while we were.
Yeah, you guys got like a
Yeah, no, for sure. Just making sure.
Quintus is also just staring at one page of a book, but for very different reasons.
Okay, so Sapphira.
Probably snap Valin out of that eventually.
They will eventually pick up that something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give Sapphira one. I'll do Sapphira in a second. V, do you want to look at other books?
Oh yeah, if I can.
Yeah, please make an investigation check.
Ready?
Okay, so V. I'm gonna get to Sapphira in a second. V. I'll say you find two books. One of the books has a symbol on the cover. It's like a brownish colored tome, and it looks like it had mold in it at one point, but has been cleaned off. Or like not mold. What's it called? Moss. You see on the cover. It is I think it's a snake eating its own tail. On the cover, a black snake eating its own tail. And so it makes a circle. And inside the circle is a circular maze. And as you peer through this book, the language is in common, but a lot of it's like verbed wrong, right? Like this wasn't their first language. Whoever wrote this book.
Right. It's been translated a few times.
Yes. This strange tome very vaguely describes a long-lost ritual meant to free a serpent deity who eats nightmares from its prison beneath an active volcano.
I knew that sounded familiar.
It has cryptic instructions and warnings.
Of how to free it?
Yep.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yep. And the other book you find is called it's a written tome that's called Astral Consumption. This is a theoretical piece on crafting a spell that would allow the caster to absorb the life force of entire celestial bodies, draining energy to fuel their arcane might. Now, Sapphira, you find a book that as you open to the first page, right, there's nothing on the cover, I think, except like a figure 8 made of chains. Just like carved into the cover, right? It's like burned into the cover. As you open up the book, you will see prophecies for the near future. You will even see your own name. But I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. I can do that.
Okay.
I'm going to use my inspiration for that.
Okay, I would suggest that, yes. Alrighty then.
Okay.
16 because of that blast and aura. Nice.
All right. Well, that's not enough.
Oh.
Why don't you roll a d6?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's not too bad. You become 10 years older. But you are now paralyzed. And all of you will see that Sapphira opens this book, and there is a swirl of dust that surrounds her, right? And everyone's like pulled away from what they were doing. You know, big smile, you pull the book off your face and you're like blind for a second, but then it clears up. And Sapphira, there's like, you don't notice this. All you can see in this book is like prophecies of your death and like how you withering into old age and all your friends are turning to dust. And it's just like this horrific thing. You're paralyzed. No, is it paralyzed?
It was paralyzed, I think, yeah.
Nah, it's like flesh to stone.
Restrained.
Restrained. Is that what happens to you? Yes. So you are restrained right now, but you're not turning to stone. You are aging by the second. So I will give everybody a chance to help Sapphira before she has to make another save and get really fucking old really fast. Like, this is by the second. She's like aging 10 years. So what would you guys like to do?
Drawing a nap here. Let's keep it down. Big Small's gonna roll over.
Wow. I'm gonna look over and I'm gonna look at the thing, and I'm gonna cast an arcane sigil, and two kind of like clockwork things envelop the book, and then like kind of sets the weave back correctly as I cast spell magic on the book.
Ooh, I need you to roll for this.
Okay.
I was also gonna try that.
I fail.
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll?
Whatever check you need to roll to beat it.
Yeah, intelligence.
Intelligence.
Just an intelligence
ability check using your spellcasting ability modifier.
Why is it? Oh, there it is. 16.
Wait,
what's the spell?
this is just a
Flesh to
check.
stone.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you get-
This
you
is
get
not
proficiency.
flesh to stone. No. It just
No,
acts
no,
like
no.
it.
You
Yeah,
get
no, I just got excited for a
you
second.
get proficiency. It's a spellcasting
No,
ability.
you
It's
do
unless you're
not
an
get
abjuration
proficiency.
wizard.
I deeply apologize. That does not.
Oh god. Oh god.
Wait, it
I'll
said.
give-
Oh, wait, no. It says make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Intelligence is
just-
spellcasting
yeah,
It's
so
not a
it's
ability.
spell
just
attack
intelligence.
roll. Right. It's just straight
oh,
intelligence.
okay.
Yeah. It's not an arcana check. It's just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. Quintus, did you wanna?
Yeah, I was gonna try as well.
Yep.
Sapphire, you mentioned you could remove curses from yourself. Now might be the time.
I think I might.
Oh, why am I posting it? I just gotta roll.
Yeah, just roll for me, please.
There we go.
Okay.
Oof.
So I will say, roll another d6. Sapphire.
Me?
Yes,
Oh
please.
shit. Okay.
Actually, do a d4. D4.
D4. Okay. One.
Okay. 20 years you have aged in total.
Oh. I am
How old is
43 years
Sapphire
old
now?
now.
And the book snaps closed and drops to the ground. And the
How long
dust
the-
settles.
How long do Earth Gnosis usually live?
About the same age as humans.
Humans? Oh my god, that would suck.
She's middle age. I would be so mad if that was the case.
Holy fuck, that would suck.
Oh, that's not even the worst thing. The worst thing is when you like really get old. This is just
you die of
cosmetic.
old age, and
This
that's
is
the one
some
thing true resurrection can't bring somebody back from.
Really bad stuff.
I'm so glad I'm not napping right now.
All right, so the book slams shut, falls to the ground.
And kind of seeing like some of the old age, you see like some cracks kind of appearing in like Sapphire's cheeks, kind of like going down like part of her neck as well, and like a little bit kind of in her forehead.
She's only 43.
I mean, I'm 20.
She's a little older. Come on now.
Signs of age. I mean,
He said a little cracks.
just a little bit. Just a little.
They live somewhat longer than humans do, up to 120.
She's a grandmother now. All right. Yeah, she's just she can barely walk.
Okay, so that happened.
Are you okay?
Don't know. I have no idea. Why does it feel like I've wasted so much time? Maybe I shouldn't think about it. And I'll drop the book and I'll kind of look over to those and say, what else do we need to find?
What other there's lots of knowledge in this place that is definitely worth finding still. Although seeing you in your current state makes me think twice about just opening every book I see.
The camera pans over to Valid, who has been reading the same fucking page of this book the
Yeah, I think-
entire time she's been here.
That Valin hasn't reacted to any of this. I think that tips us off now, maybe.
She didn't move when any of that was happening.
I think at that point I'm probably just gonna actually no, I'm not really gonna do anything about that. I fucking aged 20 years. I'm gonna kind of process that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that.
I think maybe this is becoming more danger than it might be worth. Because the shit I found, these people were fucking crazy.
In what way? Aside from the obvious.
It's a good thing they fell out of the sky.
I'm sure they would disagree with that, but I found some very valuable information that details the inner workings of extremely high powerful spells. Of course,
Me
we
too.
can't do anything about it, considering that I feel cut off from that particular part of the weave, but just having this would certainly fetch a very high price back in Luskin. Probably
Like,
enough to pay off
holy fucking
all my
shit.
bounty. Possibly Big Smiles too. One more book. Let's look. One more book.
I would suggest against it.
I think we need to start being more careful. But I don't think we should leave this place. I mean, it's probably the safest place in this entire city.
Well, the weave here is unstable.
Weave everywhere is unstable.
Not like that pocket we saw walking through here, though.
Something else. Well, just do we want to stay here then, or no? I seems opposing opinions are had.
I mean, I'm still in favor of staying here if this forbidden spell can keep out the devil on our tail.
That'd be a good episode name or a good band name.
I feel like it'd be bluegrass. Like every bluegrass band has something about the devil.
You're
you know?
right. You're 100% right.
That's I like the idea of staying here for the obvious reason that the devil can't find or can't approach us in here. And two, I can continue my research.
I suppose.
Find out which books are magical first from now on, maybe.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I'll be on standby with Dispel Magic.
I can do that one more time too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start ritually casting detect magic.
Okay.
So that way I can know if like whatever book I pull out is
First.
yes.
Okay.
Did I pick up curses?
No, I don't think it does specifically, but it definitely like tells you what kind of magic, or like what kind of magic it is.
You know what? For shits and giggles, can I cast see invisibility in here?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna do that. Is there anything invisible in this room with us?
No, but you will note that the chains that bind these books and the adamantine bars and stuff are not only extend to the material plane but the ethereal as well.
Okay.
These books ain't fucking going nowhere.
Good to know.
Yes. Okay, what do you guys want to do? Sorry. Like doing my own library research.
I mean, I think we're just posting up here for a long rest then.
Is that the plan? I mean, it's really close. You guys can definitely spend the rest of the time studying the shit that you've uncovered so far. Because right now I've given you brief overviews of shit. You could get specific if you want. I know for sure that it may not be found in this area. But there was more books that you wanted, I think. Oh no, just you found out about the Nether Oak. Really, the only other one you wanted was about Farum.
Yeah, I was just about to say we didn't find anything about Farum in here.
Not in here, yeah.
Yeah. We basically got what we needed, I guess.
There's
Yes.
always more to learn.
Big Small like will stir awake, I guess, as everyone's just like poring over books and
Yeah.
ask if I don't know if these timelines line up, but is there any chance there'd be a book on Oral or the Frostmaiden or anything like that, or is that a bad question? If the Frostmaiden's kind of like a god, maybe they exist at the same time. That we talk, I don't know.
Gods rise and fall. Don't know how old she is.
Maybe not then.
If you guys want to pour over some more books, I mean, the only other interesting one that I have is that it's called Soulforge Inferno, and it describes a ritual to incinerate souls, like completely obliterate them. Other than that, just imagine the kind of shit that I described to Quintus is this whole library. This whole section of the library, right? This is magics that is like what Karsus was fucking with on every wall.
Just out of curiosity, is there can I find any information just out of curiosity about like alternating timelines? Like, I don't know.
Yes. I think
Like,
there is,
you know, like it's like multiverse information, like, you know, that kind of thing.
sure.
Like, see, I want to learn about like alternate things.
Ask a question, and I'll see if I can answer it.
I don't really know what I'm trying to ask. That's the thing, is like I don't
know how to answer your question. You know what I mean?
Let me
Maybe
stew
like
on how to
the
ask
other
this.
worlds that like Klondorn mentioned in his notebook, that like mind flayers came from other worlds, like that kind of thing.
Well, no, more about like how my divination magic
String
works.
theory.
Like, you know, am I drawing from the knowledge that other alternating timelines and the infinite realm of possibility? And what's the theory where, you know, there's string theory, you know, like that stuff. Is that the source of divination magic, or is it, you know, future seeing?
So you can, that feels more like actual library stuff than like forbidden stuff, because in my opinion the Netheries don't really, they're not necessarily afraid of like touching on the course of where this magic comes from. That's what they were doing, right? So I feel like, yeah, you could find a book for sure about like alternate realities, like I was just mentioning in the book Quintus had, where it was like meshing two different universes together, right? Like the idea, it's all like theoretical, right? Because they don't really have any way to prove this. But yeah, you can definitely find some theoretical pieces on divination for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, because I, you know, being that we're about to go to the divination tower hopefully soon, you know, I'd like to get a little more heads up about the inner workings about what we're gonna see.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of seeing So they mention, what's his name? Ogma? Is that his name?
God of like knowledge,
Yeah.
prophecy. No,
Yeah.
that's Savras is prophecy.
Savras.
Everest.
I want Savras. I think. Yes, Ogma is for Bards. Savras is who I'm looking for.
Yeah, like the Candlekeep guys are dedicated to Ogma.
Right. Yes, Savras is who I'm looking for. So there's a couple of things that mention maybe the possibility that the divination, because it does have that divine in it, right? It's not just messing with the weave. It is a touch of divine magics that maybe you can tap into, omnipotence like a god. But then that's just a theory, right? But there's also theories that there are multiple universes and they're just on the cusp of each other, right? Like some chronomancy shit. So there's definitely it's a lot to take in. You can definitely see a bunch of different perspectives on it in a library with 1 billion books.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's just in a library this vast, I know how to use a computer. I don't know why the computer does these things.
Right.
But, that's like kind of what I want to glean from.
There's a lot of speculation, but the thing is, I think what you're trying to get on, you will realize, is a little bit of chronomancy, and it's not by Netherese standards, what's it, like a core school of magic. It's like a little bit
like one of the foundational schools.
Right. It's like a fringe faux pas kind of, like we don't really talk about chronomancers. But yeah, it's a thing for sure. So
Like
you touch on that a little bit.
Industrial engineers.
Right. So you touch on that a little bit, like, okay, a chronomancer could just be a diviner, so there's a lot of that for sure.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time pouring whatever knowledge I can about just
absolutely
divination and understand why these things that I do are happening.
Cool. Yeah, so honestly, like I was saying, it could be tapping into omnipotence, or it could be like testing the water, like when you roll your dice, right? That could be asking Savras, or that could be like sensing out another reality where the dice didn't fall that way. You know what I mean? Or like this one time they fell like this. It's the
right. So, 3 times
Doctor Strange fucking thing.
3 times we went to the Abjuration Tower, 2 times good things, 1 time we all died.
Yes, exactly.
That's how that's what Gabar is gonna subscribe to.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But it's all theoretical. They haven't really proved it. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to look into while they're here? Surround yourself, cover yourselves in books and rubble. Take a nap, like Big Smile.
Oh, we should probably snap Valen out of her trance too.
Yeah, she's definitely just been reading the same page for like the past hour and a half.
Flynn is in a
All the
trance?
magic shit you found.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've already pocketed everything. Like this could not have been more convenient for you, the way that this all panned out.
Sorry, Valen. Yeah, we'll go over and just shut the book she's holding.
Yeah, she immediately blinks her eyes and she just says, the end is never the end. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end.
Hey, okay, Valen?
Book. I don't know what was wrong with it. It never ended.
Yeah, it turns out there's a share of cursed books in here, it seems like.
One would assume. How long was I out?
20 minutes or so.
Make a deception check.
I really should lead this up to Quintus.
Quintus is helping.
Quintus didn't say shit. Quintus laughed. All right, Eric, give me a insight. which is just a wisdom check. How long was I out, Gabar?
Hour? Half?
Did you all find anything?
This book makes a hell of a nightshade.
20 years.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, her eyes like, holy shit.
Yeah, these people are fucking crazy. Found some engrossing stuff.
Do you like specifically Quintus? Do you show her the books that you found?
Yeah. Hopefully she'll take the, cautionary tale to heart and not get any ideas. So he's being a bit optimistic, but yeah, he'll show her.
She will sort of state the same sort of sentiment that Gabar expressed, like, this is worth a lot of money. This one book could be set all of us for the rest of our lives with, whatever kind of name we want to make for ourselves forever.
Well, the one on reality unweaving should probably not be sold. That seems very dangerous. What about celestial cutoff? These things can't even be done, right? Right?
I
Yes.
mean, they were real fucking close. They
Maybe.
could have figured it out with more time. I mean, Karsus basically did it. But there is something interesting here. Cutting off mortals from the influence of the gods. Ten towns in Oral.
Worried you're gonna say that?
We might be able to use this for something if we can reverse engineer a lower level version of it.
Bolin like shakes her head. That's gonna take years of study.
Maybe it won't help us now, but perhaps next time a rogue god decides to wreak havoc on the Sword Coast, if one were to be able to figure out how to do that, could nip that in the bud real quick.
What to have for the future?
I mean, you guys are interested in money, and I mean, money's good, but these are also tickets into Candlekeep.
Fucking every book in this library is a ticket. Yeah, that greed that Valin has been suppressing is starting to bubble up. She will say, "Are you aware, Gabar?" And I just want to make sure that this is right. There is an 8th level spell called Anti-Magic Field. Have you heard of it?
In passing.
Doesn't that seem like a lower level version of unraveling the weave? These equations in this book could be the keys to crafting an entirely new spell no one has ever heard of.
To do
As Quintus said, some sort of abjurative defense against gods. That could be of 9th level.
I could see the benefit of that. Given the situation 10 Towns is in, Should someone be able to do that, would very much have been nice from the start.
I'm just saying we shouldn't write off these tomes just because they are dangerous. In the right hands, as I have stated many times before, these could be of great use. I have already said once that I'm not going to sell out to the Arcane Brotherhood, but these books, they're coming with us.
Aren't they bound to this room?
I don't think they can.
So that's the thing. They're just chained to the wall.
Once they're free, then they can go.
They just can't be teleported away, right? Leave it to a bunch of weak ass fucking wizards to not be able to break the chains on the wall, but they can't just like, what is it, vortex warp them out of their little spot.
Yeah, like I thought maybe like once you leave the room, it just teleports back to the shelf.
No, yeah, that's the thing. It can't be teleported at all. Well, with the chains on it, anyways. But if you can break them free, you can take them with you. All of the books, every book you've discovered so far can be broken free and taken with you.
You get no resistance from me on taking these books.
Was every single book chained or just some
Yes.
of them? Like the
I
ones
think
that were behind
Gabar's
the
ones.
bars.
No, they
were
weren't.
those-
The Gabar's ones weren't.
Those were behind like the bar.
And then
Mhm.
what about the one I found? You said the guy unlocked the thing.
Yeah, it was not tied down.
Okay. But the ones Quintus has definitely are.
Definitely.
Okay.
Is the shield guardian here with us?
Yeah, he can fit. This place is sized for a giant.
Right. Okay.
Could he just pull them from the wall?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
100% can just snatch the
Fucking
book right off the
start
wall.
ripping them off those chains.
Honestly,
yeah.
he can just break the chains and wrap the book around the chains, and the book still can't be teleported anywhere. Which actually may make it so that you can't put it in the bag of holding. Let me look into that.
Question.
Okay, run me by what the bag of holding says.
Pocket dimension.
Yeah, they can't be put. If you keep the chains on them, they can't be put in the bag of holding. The book is bound by them from using any method of extra dimensional movement, including teleportation or travel to a different plane of existence. Yep. And actually, they're extremely hard to break, and the Shield Guardian is going to have a hard time breaking them, but he can. After he can just try all night until he gets the books off the shelf.
It's such a relaxing sleep. Bam! Bam! Chains fucking flying off cement.
The only reason I will rule it that way is because it says extra dimensional and then what is it? Pocket dimension. Right. So those two words.
Fair.
Fair.
Yeah, so it means we can't bring him to the Tower of Conjuration either.
No, just their library had forbiddance on it, not the whole tower.
But if these books can't go to another plane.
Oh, the Conjuration Tower. I thought you said Abjuration.
Oh, yeah, Conjuration.
Yeah, no, they can't go there either.
Do we decide where we're going to rest up for the night? Is here fine?
I think here's fine. I just
It's
got a
fine.
I just had a really stupid idea. I don't know. Someone should talk me out of this. That book Sapphira read that had unfortunate consequences from looking at.
I'm gonna talk you out of that right away.
Say we got that in the hands of someone we didn't like, who was very interested in gleaning some knowledge about this place, who has a knack of taking things from us once we found them first.
You're gonna stuff the beans down Rosnisi's throat.
That was a good plan. That was a good plan.
Gavar.
And it was an egg.
You're talking to the wrong person if you want somebody to talk you out of that idea. I think it's amazing.
just an idea that we could maybe take Everest out without a fight.
You think she'd be that stupid just to open up a cursed book and have at her?
It's a plan B if we get caught.
I mean, yeah, just to have it on us, and when she's inevitably hand over all the shit, all the stuff you've worked for. Yeah, we worked for that.
All right, I like it. Good plan B.
Let's not bank on it. Correct. A plan B, or even a C.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, didn't she look like she was in her 20s? Like, for her to just
Oh yeah,
instantly
she looks
die of
very
old
young.
age.
Yeah, she's very young.
We'll just we'll hold on to that book then.
I mean, if that's your plan, then go right ahead. I'm not touching that book again with a 10-foot pole.
All right.
10 foot long, right?
That's pretty. It's twice.
Everyone, the shield guardian nods.
The shield guardian has a better grasp of math than.
So, is there anything else that you guys would like to do in this time, or just study?
Study.
Yep. Anybody else?
I think I would help the shield guardian rip some of these books off the chains.
Okay. Yeah.
Mostly just for fun.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of fun. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do? Okay. All right. Let's talk then. So, what books are you taking with you? And also, what are you doing tomorrow?
You bring us over to the big map.
I sure can. Sure.
We're making a wand tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Arbitorium. We're right
I
there,
think
right?
that's the plan was Arbitorium, and then this is the Divination Tower.
It is.
I say that would be the plan for the next day.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's say you finish the Divination Tower. What's your next action?
We gotta hit all the towers, right? To get the keys to figuring out how to shut the force field down.
Necromancy's pretty close.
So necromancy after divination.
I wish that was the necromancy tower, but the necromancy tower is actually kind of hidden in right here.
Oh.
So what's the one next to
It's
divination?
the map does not show the necromancy tower like how it is. Necromancy tower is fucking gigantic. It's actually 2 towers. Yeah, it's one of the biggest in Netheril. That's over here.
I guess we start working our way around, and then we'll stop by the obelisk. Around, it looks like the enchantment tower.
The obelisk is over here. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck this is. Let me look at my notes, but I think it's just pretty. Double check.
Parking structure.
Lots of those in Death
The
Row.
parking garage.
It is just a parking garage.
Oh,
Cannon.
This you would have seen a picture of it, I think, before. It is the fucking hell, what is it called? 16. Menagerie.
That sounds
This
fun.
little dome thing is the menagerie. And what is... Oh yeah, that's nothing as well.
Wasn't that something too?
It was, definitely.
I forgot where we.
You saw that when you were heading towards the Tower of Abjuration. It's like a building that's like a fortress that's glowing from the inside. Yeah, so it's Arbitorium, and then Tower of Divination, and then I think this is a tower, right? Oh, you already went here. That's the Conjuration
Yeah, that's
Tower.
conjuration.
Yeah, the Necromancy's over here.
That's maybe the next closest. Then I guess that'd be the next stop.
Let me put a little
Evocation.
I put a little cool little skull over there where the Necromancy Tower is.
I mean, do we need? I mean, I, for one, would like to explore every nook and cranny of this place. You know, do we need to go to the menagerie though? Figure out what that's all about.
I feel like the tower should maybe be our first priority before we dip into
Yeah, I mean,
like menagerie and then the red glowing place.
What if there's some really cool stuff in there?
Oh, there certainly is.
I know that's always the risk.
there's cool stuff everywhere.
I'm down for it. I mean, depending on if and when we get jumped by a devil,
Yeah,
how our resources are doing.
Yeah.
But if there's stuff in there that we can use, we should avail ourselves.
Let's not forget that there's a big, powerful Therum just.
And the
Yeah,
fair.
that's true too.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous, but
I mean, if you guys want, I can give you what information they have on Therum too. I mean, if you're gonna spend all night here, you could venture off for a second to go grab a book. The extreme danger of the library golem is gone now, so there's no real threat. I will say there is a brief, if you do go sneak out, there is a brief encounter with flying books. But that is easily hand waved with no problem. You guys kill a bunch of books. Fireball the books, no problem. The one good book that you find on Ferrum is called Ferrum, Predators of the Nether Realms. The author makes a very big to-do about how he has gone through great personal risk to capture, kill, and dissect the mysterious and deadly Ferrum. This book sheds light on their enigmatic nature, uncovering the secrets of their psionic abilities. You will learn over the course of actually studying this book, right? This isn't just a brief overview. You're going to actually read this book. They are immune to psychic damage. They are immune to spells of 3rd level or lower. Just outright. They have spell turning, which means if they succeed, and they have what's it called, magic resistance already. So if they succeed on your save, they will turn the spell around and cast it back at you. They have powerful psionic magics that are comparable to 5th level spells. So they can basically cast with psionics like V can up to 5th level spells. But that's not the scariest thing about them. The scariest thing about them is their innate psionic ability to manipulate minds of people, as well as telekinetically manipulate objects and creatures. The book claims that Farum have the ability to warp and break the bodies of their enemies with a thought. They can crumple you up like a paper ball with their minds. As well as they have an ability to psionically stun the enemy's minds in a similar manner to Illithid. And just take all of that shit I just said and compact it into one big powerful thing.
They got our work cut out for us here.
Yeah, they do not fuck around. They are mage killers.
Good thing 90% of us are spellcasters.
Yeah, wait a second, but I'm a mage.
Like, basically, if you don't have your high level spells going up against this thing, you can't touch it.
Big smile. It's all riding on you and Sapphira.
Sapphira.
I need a new good punching bag, anyways.
As long as smites don't count.
Yeah,
No, they don't. They're not
Despite the
spells.
first and second level.
They're not spells.
As long as they're not immune to flanking, we will be okay.
They are not immune to flanking. But
Oh,
boy,
we can take them.
I need to make a monster
take 'em.
that is.
Wait a
Oh
minute.
my
They have
God,
no
I-
eyes, don't they?
They do have no eyes. I lied. They are immune to flanking. Done.
God.
Oh,
I don't even want to play this campaign anymore.
all right, game over.
No, it's
Yeah.
fucking canon. I'm adding it to the character sheet right now.
No.
Condition
Yeah, because
immunities.
that's not something that they have. You know, that's not in the rules. So it is now. These things are not to be fucking trifled with. They turned the Honorok fucking forest into a desert for all of eternity. It will forever be a goddamn desert.
Could have killed this thing while it was still a baby.
Thanks, Big Smile.
Oh, perfect time for him to get up and walk away. That's a blank shifting too, man.
Condition immunities. Thanked. All right, there you go.
Also, that time I cast Magic Missile on it, did I gather that it was resistant to spell damage or force damage?
Mm,
Because I think I remember it being resistant to it.
yeah, I think it was just force damage.
Did it
Yes,
even work? Because
force
it's immune
damage.
to 3rd level.
He cast it at 4th
As well.
specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, without even knowing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just used my highest level spell slot to
call.
try and kill it right there.
It's immune to, or it's resistant to cold, fire, force, lightning.
Damn. That's
And
good to know.
immune
What
to
else
psychic.
was that?
Cold, fire, force, lightning. And then the regular magic resistance.
Force and lightning. Okay. Cold, fire, force, lightning.
Yeah, and these Netheries like have all of this statted out. Like obviously they studied the
Yeah,
hell out
like,
of these things.
All half their evocation spells are.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, but I will say that when it's time, just because it's probably fucking freezing in here still, when it is time to finally bed down, I will still cast the dome just to be comfortable.
All right. So we can begin a long rest. And when that happens, oh, I'm glad Chris came back. I have to look at my notes. Where is it?
Sorry,
Some sort
I
of
was
saving throw. What? It's okay. We're
I was about to
bedding
say
down.
I heard all of that. Sorry
it's
again
good.
for the favor. Good to know they're immune to basically everything.
Okay, so we are going to get a long rest, and then we'll end the session. But first, I have to find where I keep goddamn notes.
We mentioned trying to remove curse on the people who were like losing hair. Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
For a long rest, so Sapphira can get her spell slot back.
Just Sapphira. I don't think Blinn has it prepared, so it's just Sapphira that can
She
cast
doesn't.
it.
Aha. Okay, I got it. So do you want to try to cast remove curse on somebody? Sapphira? Is that what we're doing? To try to remove this weird ailment that makes your hair fall out and you turn evil?
Sure. I'll cast it on because Sapphira is feeling a little selfless today on V.
Okay. It does not deal with the effects of this. Or this.
Yeah.
To know.
How do we get it off?
Get out of here.
Oh, that's great.
God.
Well, there is only one good, solid way to do it.
Well, that's fine.
Well, it's no big deal because I need, as you guys rest, everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, can I do something before we rest? I didn't know we were jumping right into it.
Yeah, we're gonna jump right into it so we can end the session. What's up?
I was going to go over to Gabar, and just be like, it's not like you deserve it or anything, but just thought this might be of use to you, and I'll give him the spell that I found.
Yeah. So you find this book, or she gives you this book, and in the book it's the.
It's just a piece of paper actually.
Oh, you ripped it out. I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah. So this is a spell that you're like not a spell scroll, but something you copy into your spell book. And let me send you the spell because it is a unique spell. It is under notes. This one.
Now, can you change the color of the font, maybe?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, that's.
I just highlighted
What?
Are you on light mode or dark?
Yeah, I'm on dark mode, so maybe if I change it. Oh, there we go.
Real hard to read on dark mode.
Yeah, light mode fixes it.
Yeah,
That was
that's
weird.
better.
All the other ones are fine.
I don't know. It is a reaction.
It's pretty good.
It's kind of like shield, but for.
Okay.
That was cool.
Saving throws, yeah.
I will. Don't really know how to respond to that, but thank you.
Just don't say I never did anything for you, and quit being a dick.
I will, of course, do my best. Really trying to not throw an insult back right now. Just gotta remember, it's the curse, not V. Just the curse, not V. And I will
think it's not a curse.
It's not a curse.
It might just be V.
Okay. So yeah, you have this spell now. It's like a spell that like was created by a wizard that just never made it to the public.
No, I mean, that's great. I mean, the resistance to psychic damage will be real fucking nice when we go up against that Faerun.
And it's a
absorb
reaction,
elements.
which I think is, yeah, it's like absorb elements or like shield. It's like an abjurative reaction. I think it's a super dope spell. So yeah, there you go. Second level.
That is great. I will certainly be copying that tomorrow.
Okay, so you get the dome up, you take watches, whatever. I don't really care about the rest. All I care about is there is a seeping sort of malevolence with the weave. And just everybody make a constitution saving.
With
Do we get the aura?
Yeah,
bless?
I guess so, yeah. And bless.
19.
Oof.
Nice,
I did not have advantage.
Doesn't matter. You don't actually have to roll, V.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making everybody roll for fun.
22.
You succeed. Everybody succeeds.
Oh, we need to roll for Illican.
He can roll next session.
Does Sonar have to make these rolls, or is he immune?
Yeah, he does. This doesn't affect him. He's dead.
Oh,
I will say.
Oh shit! Can we use True Resurrection on Sonar? He probably died.
No,
from
he's
old
been
age.
dead much longer than 200 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's. Fuck, that would be cool. That would be so sick.
It's the first thing I thought of.
What?
I was
Oh, man,
thinking
that's it.
Illiken's family or something. Does he know that I can bring back dead people that's like been dead forever?
I
'Cause
guess. I
that
don't
would
know.
be important for his character.
We will discuss it, I'm sure.
Yeah, he might want to use that on his
Pops.
family. Makes sense.
Anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the bad news. So everybody succeeded. Some of you already have contracted to this. We'll call it a sickness. What it's actually called is arcane blight.
Mm.
B. You're
Yes.
completely bald.
Oh,
Your eyes are closer together.
Mhm.
This is going to be a bad day for the whole being obsessed with things shit. You also have disadvantage on perception checks.
Okay, I already had that.
Okay. Same thing with Sapphira. Same thing with Valen. They wake up bald.
fuck.
I
just want
wanna
to point out.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, please.
I said this at the beginning when we first woke up, but I have been wearing my hood this entire time.
Okay. Good to know. Also, your flesh is sickening looking, like a more palish green color. The same thing with Sapphira. Sapphira, your crystals are gone.
My hair. Oh.
Yeah. And same with Valen.
Sapphire just looks deathly.
I just want to let you guys know, another day cannot pass after this.
Shit.
how do
This
we
is the
stop
second day. The third day might be a bad one.
What if this is in the library?
Shit.
All right. Well, we'll discuss the repercussions of this next session
Oh, great.
as we end the session there.
That's a bomb to drop on us.
That's God.
Well, we know where
Does
the
it have
knowledge
greater
came
restoration?
from.
Does that work?
Yeah, but Illiken's only got the one spell slot.
All right. Use Greater Restoration on one of them. Kill the other one and use True Resurrection.
Kill the other one.
I don't know what we do about the third. I guess V or Valen is becoming a Gnostic.
Here's the thing.
Dylan,
It's literally a roll of the dice if the true resurrection even works. right? Because
Well,
if you cast
we
a
don't have
spell
to do
scroll,
true resurrection. We do regular resurrection.
that's true.
Oh god, but who's to say the Great Restoration even works?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh boy.
Hopefully.
Oh boy. We're going on a full day excursion here.
So do we?
Or
Well, I guess we can discuss this next week, but I don't know if like that's the only way. Is like leaving this place is the only way to undo these things.
we can test it out.
If it can be undone,
Why?
welcome to Yithrin. Woo!
Oh my god.
No way
Next
you're
question.
killing us.
I'm glad
You guys
this
have
place-
backup
I'm
characters
glad this
already.
place fell to the ground.
That's not.
No,
I'm
hey,
glad
I
all
got
the
one.
Yithrin are
Hey,
dead.
I got 2 words for y'all: Charterlin Dragon.
Fair. That's fair.
Whatever. That was poor planning.
We should have never killed that thing.
Listen, that Charlton Dragon should have known better, all right?
Ugh.
God.
You guys, when I know for sure that when we were in the Tomb of Horrors or the Tomb of Annihilation, right? It was scary. Death was on the line. There was some extra planar shit, but it wasn't like next fucking level, right? This is next fucking level shit. Like you guys have definitely moved tiers of play, right? You are now on the low end of this tier of play. So everything in here is gonna kill you. Right? You just like dealt with an Arcanoloth. There was a Vecna book in here. Like you are on the low end of the insane shit that is here.
Yeah,
I
we're
think-
tier 2 level on a tier 4 city.
Yes. Yes. And that's the Netherese.
After listening to the latest Plane Hoppers Guild, you had the one about session zeros, and you always ask players what they want to see. And Nate, I think I distinctly remember you saying that you want to see a character death.
Oh man.
You just didn't mean his
Hey,
character.
Wait, we didn't
seen
get that.
We've seen not 2 character deaths, a character die twice.
Damn, that is true.
I got my fill.
Wish.
Yeah.
That's all.
Can-
Nobody else.
Can we
got.
go
enough
back to the
slices.
political intrigue, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's Maxwell Dinar up to?
Yeah.
That was good while it lasted.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just, if we get out of here, just ready to go back to this 10 towns and be so fucking done with all their petty bullshit and just murder a bunch of speakers and just be like, you're
Yeah.
done, out of here, we're cleaning house.
You are killed.
Just punch Maxwell and R out the window.
Oh God, that's good stuff. All right,
We're
well,
good the next few weeks in January here.
Yeah.
I'm good next week. All right, well, that was the session. Hope you guys had a great time.
God, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so scared for next week.
I mean, and there's like fucking 6 more towers. There's a whole city worth of shit. You guys have just scratched the surface.
Will's gonna have a kid by the time we get halfway through these towers.
We are. I am gonna need 1 week off. Like I don't know. I think I mentioned it last week. Mid-February is when we're looking at. But I should only have to miss like 1 week because I mean my wife knows that I do this, so I'm sure that she'll be okay taking the baby for a night as long as I take the
couple
baby
hours.
the next night. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, barring anything like oh, we have to go take the baby to the doctors
whatever.
or medical appointments or anything. We should be
I
fine.
got you.
But we'll know more in the next couple of weeks. I'll keep you updated.
Cool, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys are enjoying Yithrin.
I was just waiting to get to that library, man.
Hope you had fun.
I did. I had a
Was
blast.
it worth it,
Did
Kapar?
you?
Look at my hair. Is it worth it?
No, you're enjoying yourself.
Look, you put a red button in front of me, I'm gonna push it. Okay. This is facts.
It is facts. All right. Well, I'm glad everybody has so much fun exploring Yithrin.
I just wanted to share one more fun fact because we were talking about merging worlds earlier.
Mhm.
And the in Baldur's Gate 2, there's a planar sphere that just shows up in the city and knocks out a bunch of buildings.
Okay.
And in it, a bunch of soldiers from Kryn, the Dragonlance world, show up, and you got to like figure out how to send them back home.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
I never played Baldur's Gate 2.
Let's Clyde.
Might need to.
Planar sphere. But see, but here's the thing: Kryn is a planet, right? Because you can go there in Spelljammer. So you could leave Toril on a Spelljammer and travel through the Astral Sea and make it to Kryn. They technically, and so does Greyhawk. They technically exist in the same universe, I
Realm
guess.
space.
It'd be
Realm
like
space, yeah.
It'd be like
space.
merging Faerun with Eberron.
Yeah, like technically, I don't see, but yeah, Eberron is like a different dimension. But like Kryn actually exists according to the lore that I am aware of.
Oh, okay.
Kryn is like a place you can go to because in Spelljammer they have those they have
The crystal spheres.
Yeah, but they had like a whole thing. Oh no, that was for the Dragonlance book. I don't know. I just watched the D&D Beyond presents Spelljammer thing, and they like one of the Kinder. Is that a Kinder from?
Yeah, from
Kinders are
Dragonlance.
from. They like had a Kinder on their ship, and they were like, "Hey, I'm from this planet, Bryn, and blah blah blah." It was the whole thing. But
Cool.
still, yeah, definitely weird multiversal stuff going on here. All right, lots of fun,
Cool.
guys.
Catch
Awesome.
ya next week.
Yeah, next
See you
week.
later.
Can't wait, dude.
See you guys.
Have a good night.
Later.
Bye.
Goodbye.